Welcome to the Gibberpish Podcast.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we may have less of a plan than our current government, but we're here to talk gibberpish, aren't we, Dom?
We are indeed. I like to think we have at least slightly more of a plan, because Theresa May just looks like she's kind of going, you shut up, smelly.
I will say we missed...
She looks, every time she's getting interviewed or during one of the parliamentary debates, she looks 5 minutes away from just crying.
She looks 5 minutes away just pulling a gun out. And just either
Bang.
just like 5 shots into the other side, 1 into her, done.
She
Fuck
goes
it,
all Dirty
y'all.
Harry in the parliament, in the cabinet, just one.
It's a shame we missed Rees-Mogg's speech in the middle of the House of Parliament, where he's standing there saying, it's a weird sentence to say, I know, it's a really weird sentence to say that you missed out on a Rees-Mogg speech, but he just stood there in the middle of it.
Doesn't want to be there for some of his speeches. It's a weird thing to say.
He stood there saying, basically, since none of what you say matches what you actually do, should I just be ready to write a letter of no confidence? At which point, you can see the entire room go, oh shit, we're doing this already? Okay. This is about 3 weeks ago, I think. It actually showed up on Philly D. And one thing I didn't realise is that it's the 22 Commission, it's 1922 Commission, is the group that he would be writing to say I have no confidence in the leader of the party. The guy he's talking about is sitting right behind him in the clip. Yeah. He doesn't move, like he doesn't flinch. He doesn't even raise an eyebrow. He just sits there going,
I was ready for this.
That was a good one. I guess I'll be busy the next couple of weeks. That was a good one.
I guarantee this is what he was doing. He's going, yes, I'm going to go to Barbados, take the wife, take the kids, take the mistress, but I'll put her in another hotel. Wait, did someone say, fucking hell, who said no confidence against Theresa May? I want to go on holiday, motherfucker.
I don't want to do paperwork. I have shit to do. I have shit and mistresses to do. Shut up. So yeah, it's been a while since the last episode. On and off due to injuries and illnesses and
studying and
vomiting my head inside out. But yeah, we're
visiting other dimensions. You know the basic shit.
Yeah, you know, you trip, fall, slip on a banana peel, and all of a sudden,
wait, why am I in Quebec?
You're in Quebec. The other dimension is just part of Canada.
It's just Canada.
Yeah, which we are.
Canada may as well be another fucking dimension now that weed is legal.
Yeah, it's been like that for a while. Apparently, they sold out instantly.
Yeah, it's obviously, you know, I'm a huge fan of Kevin Smith. It's getting to the point where Kevin Smith has his own brand of boxed joints in Canada.
Wow.
I don't think he ever needs to make another movie. I mean, there's certain people that'd be happy if he never made another fucking movie, but I don't think he needs to make anything. I think he's set for life.
Yeah. Retire on that weed money.
I got that weed money.
Like we all know, I think I've seen stuff about various rappers having like weed farms. I think we're gonna wait and see like when Martha Stewart has like her own weed. Martha Stewart's weed vineyard. It's called the Other Martha's Vineyard.
Martha's Vineyard. I dedicate this strain to my late friend Robin Williams. It's called the Fuck.
But there's it's been the day after, we have a weird tradition of big news breaking the day after we record an episode, and it's always stuff that would be perfect for content. For example, after this episode's recorded, tomorrow YouTube Rewind launches.
Yeah.
That is about 5 minutes of us going, who's that person? Who's that person? Oh, look, Logan and Jake Paul. Who's that person? Who's that person?
Oh, look,
Philly D got a cameo.
Philly D's in there. Oh, crap. Oh, Justine's still relevant. That's good to know.
That's nice. Good for her.
Oh, wait, there's Lindsay Sterling dancing.
Grace Helbig. Nice to see her again. She actually popped up on RT Podcast. It was very good. But I literally just wait for like the 2-second shot of the slow-mo guys.
Yeah, they're
that looks better than everything else in the production.
Because they make it themselves.
Yeah. And then after that, I just go back to being the old man of like, who's this person? I don't...
Yeah. I mean, when you text me saying YouTube Rewind's on Thursday, my immediate response was, they still do that? Because I was genuinely confused. I thought they'd done the first one. It didn't land too well. Then they just thought, fuck it.
The only good thing about the YouTube Rewind is that about 24 hours later, somebody releases the real YouTube Rewind. And it's the people you would actually watch, like HD Productions. Philip DeFranco goes in there, like actually in there. You'll get all the weird like meme people. Like you just have all the people you actually watch on YouTube, like people you actually show up day by day to watch. The people that aren't safe for work.
Yeah.
So that's always good. So, but the last episode we recorded was unfortunately followed by the passing of Stan Lee.
Yeah, that was I mean, I think it was something that, despite his fucking fantastic age, no one really seen coming. As far as we were all concerned, he was
Nah, I'm
doing
sorry.
okay.
He was 94,
Yeah,
wasn't he?
yeah, 95. No, it was 94, 95. It was something like that. I think people knew it was coming, but we just didn't want to acknowledge it.
We didn't want to believe
Yeah.
it.
Because, I mean, it's fucking Stan Lee. No one wants to see that. No one
Yeah.
wants to see him die.
No, nobody's like, you know how I really would be okay with seeing them pass?
Yeah.
Grandpa Stan.
Yeah. No one in their right mind just went, you know who fucking just pisses on my cornflakes? Stan Lee.
So
Fuck him.
yeah,
No one ever said that in existence.
it's been a weird, I think 3-4 weeks
Yeah, it's been about 4 weeks
since it
passed.
happened, and it's not. I mean, it's been well handled as far
Yeah.
as like the geek community. So it's been like an outpouring of love and affection, of just kind of commiseration with one another,
Yeah.
which is good to see.
Yeah.
The internet gets pretty toxic, but then there's little moments
Yeah.
that just kind of patch things together for a bit.
Yeah.
But it takes something horrific and
Yep.
Titanic, like the death of Stan Lee,
Yeah.
to actually have the impact that you were hoping for.
You know, someone's death is so just important to a lot of people when rival comic companies are putting in sort of homages to Stan Lee. DC put in a kind of rest in peace Stan Lee. We may have, been on opposite sides of the whole comic book war thing, but you were always one of the greatest. Everyone acknowledged you. There was no rivalry between anybody. We just, we wanted to try and one up your characters, but it took us a lot because people just like singing the praises of Stan Lee, and this was on. I mean, Image Comics, Valiant Comics, IDW, all these guys were just going, fuck, Stan Lee's dead, we need to do something, because guarantee anyone in any comic book house
Yeah,
up at any point in the world has worked with Stan Lee on something.
yeah,
So I think even with that said, the comic book world as a whole owes a fuck ton to Stan Lee.
yeah.
Even though he never owned Marvel outright, he still made 95% of their
You
good
don't
characters
get Marvel that you love today without Stan Lee
Yeah.
stepping in and saying, "I've got an idea for a guy who gets bit by a spider. I've got an
Yeah.
idea for an alcoholic guy who's a billionaire
Yeah.
who likes tech a bit too much."
Hey guys, I've got an idea. It's a family of 4, not really a family. All 3 of them are related, and one's a giant rock monster. Ah, shit, I gave it away.
Ah. Oh well, I'll come back with another 50 ideas
Yeah.
in the next week.
How about a green guy that can just destroy the world with his pinky if he wants to?
Yeah, and it's all related to anger and the atomic weapons. And very insightful characters. I think that's the best part of a Marvel character, is that they show you someone, just a normal person, given a tremendous amount of
Yeah.
power or whatever,
Yeah.
and then just being forced to make human decisions.
Yeah.
And I think that's huge. The fact that he's pulled off a career based off of making those characters. So we just never had the chance to talk about it until
Yeah.
now, because we've just been unable to record.
Yeah.
So
I think his main impact on comic books is he took fairly sort of like fairly heavy topics, because he took the likes of the Fantastic Four. He took the constantly working husband in Reed Richards. He took the hyperactive teenager in Johnny Storm, and that's supposed to be the doubting little housewife that is
Yeah.
Sue Storm, and Ben Grimm, that kind of constantly angry, like typical strongman, and just slammed it together and thought, I'm going to put these guys through, different storylines each week, and people are going to relate to them. And if you want to talk about characters that people can relate to, I think you can look no further than X-Men. When that came out at the time, people just thought, oh shit, this is an allegory for so many fucking things.
yeah, there's a lot in there that
Yeah.
you can sit and dissect, and it's one of those shows of it is about family, and it's not about biological family. It's about the people you get close to and who get
Yeah.
close to you, people that impact your life, and the fact that you can have rifts and divisions, like the fact that there's if you look at the storyline of X-Men going all the way back to Magneto and Professor X, that could have been a much better world with those two working together.
Yeah.
But ideologies break people apart, and you end up having to deal with the consequences, and it goes on for decades, and people get caught up in it, and
Yeah.
there's a lot to learn from those shows, and there's a lot to learn from those comic books, and the fact that it all starts with like one guy just sitting there with a pencil going, what if the guy had claws coming out of his hands?
Yeah, what if you could... Oh, Wolverine got some weird new power in the latest comic books.
Right.
He can basically heat the adamantium claws. So he pops the claws out, and he can now superheat them using his own body energy, and he can cut through damn near anything, which you could already do with the adamantium.
But now he can cut through even more of everything.
Now we can cauterize the wound. I genuinely think it's a way that they could get away with putting Wolverine back in comics, but not have him, cut people up and have blood. They just hot claws, cauterize the wound instantly.
It's basically lightsabers from Star Wars.
Yeah, pretty much.
That was the one thing that I was like, he just hacked off an arm. How did that work? And then somebody said, oh, it's because it's superheated. It obviously cauterizes the wound. Fuck off.
If someone's getting hacked up, I want to see bits. I want to see blood. I played a lot of Gears of War. I want to see viscera and bits.
I demand chunks, sir.
I demand moist chunks.
I like my movies like my orange juice. Chunky. It's been so Stan Lee passing. Absolutely rest in peace.
Yeah.
I mean, I was tempted to sit and watch every Marvel film I could get my hands on in preparation for this, but for some reason I couldn't. I don't want to just yet. I wanted to give it a little bit. I want to give it a bit of breathing room.
I did watch. I got Ant-Man and the Wasp this week actually.
All right.
I got it on Monday. I thought I'll pop that on. Then there's a bit with Stan Lee when he goes up to his car and he goes up to his car, tries to get into his car, but then it gets shrunk and he says something. I can't remember the line or something. No, he goes up to his car and he clicks the open button just as he gets hit with some kind of shrink dart by Ant-Man. And he goes, oh, well, I'm paying for the 60s now. Then he just walks away from his car and I thought, that was pretty good. Then it hit me. Oh, he's not around anymore.
Yeah.
Sad mode.
I'm not sure I'm going to feel about those next. He's got, apparently the next 4 film cameos have been filmed.
I know he's done Avengers 4.
Yeah, he's done that one and there's a couple more.
Yeah, I think he's done a couple others. The weird thing is, I know Marvel like to do shit in advance.
Yeah.
I know he's done his Captain Marvel one. He's in there somewhere.
Yeah. Well, that film's about to come out.
Yeah.
So the trailers keep launching for that one, and I'm like, ooh.
Have you seen the latest Captain Marvel trailer?
No, I saw the poster for it though. And it came out too late. I was like, I want to talk about it, but I've not seen it yet.
It looks like a good trailer. It looks like it could be a good movie, but it started to highlight one thing that I'm really, really struggling to like about Marvel movies now. It's just they use too much CGI. They need to make it look like it does in the comics, but there's still ways they could do it with practical effects.
I think the problem is they use too many auras and a sort of After Effects.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff in these shots. Doesn't need to be there.
Especially with Captain Marvel, there's a lot of energy and stuff flowing around her.
Yeah, I've already seen the comparison between her and the first time Goku goes Super Saiyan. Somebody took that out of the trailer because it's almost the same panning shot.
Yeah.
Where it pans up the body. It's just they keyframed it together so that it hits the same high point.
Yeah.
So you see their faces covered with a halo and the aura of just raw power coming out of both of them. Like, hey,
someone's a fan.
Actually, Stan Lee is being getting a lot of praise in the anime community as well because obviously with his passing, people found a bunch of his stuff, and he was part of a superhero series that he actually helped produce in Japan. So he actually did. He's made a cameo in an anime as well. So that's impressive. That's like, if you want to understand how big Stan Lee's legacy is, and you somehow don't know that when you're listening to our podcast, he made it to Japan and they love him there.
Yeah. That
does not happen a lot.
Put it this way, I think the only other person that can beat Stan Lee in terms of just cameos all about the place is Ryu from Street Fighter. And even at that, Stan Lee beats him by at least 20.
Yeah. He's got 4 more filmed, so I think we're going to be okay for a long while.
Yeah, I like someone told me that and I thought that's pretty funny. The only person to come close is a digital character.
I can't think of anybody who kind of comes close. Making
not really.
meaning, not just like people who show up everywhere, because at that point Trump wins. But I think if you look at if you looked at somebody like actually characters or people making cameos, Stanley's got to be up there, and it's for good reason.
Yeah, I think he's got something 156, or soon to be 160 cameos.
Shit.
Over his movies, and he gets. I think he does get paid for them, but he just puts the money into something else. I'll put it into the Stan Lee Foundation, and that goes to many different things. Yeah,
I mean when you make an industry that's now big enough to be like a major purchase for Disney Corp.
Yeah.
Damn, son.
Yeah, if you're making Disney money for Disney, you're set for life.
You can use that spare change to do a lot of good.
Yeah.
So I think we move on with the memory of Stan Lee, very thoroughly cherished. You've been watching anything recently?
I have been watching stuff recently, but it's mainly mainly old stuff. I got for my birthday. I got given the entire 8 series run of Futurama.
Damn, son, that's big.
Yeah,
I forgot it was 8 seasons. Oh.
Me too. I thought it was 4, and I thought it was 4 series
Oh,
and 4
no,
movies.
wait. There was the 4 seasons that ends with the Devil's Hands or Idle Playthings. There's that mini series.
There's the sort of movies that they did
Yeah.
because they wanted to keep it going because Fox weren't sure if they were going to pick it up again, so they did the movies. Fox said it's big, but we don't want it anymore. It's been too long. Then Comedy Central just went, I guess we'll take it.
Yeah.
It was Comedy Central, and then they realised that they couldn't really keep it going because they needed Fox's writers.
That's
It's
going to be
not
a
that
bit of
it's
an
not
issue.
good. I haven't watched them all, but I've heard from people, quite a few people that have watched it, sort of cover to cover a few times. They said first 4 seasons great, movies fucking great. Seasons 6, 7, and 8 not that good.
Give it a miss.
So it might be a case of I'll watch the first sort of, I think it's about 12 to it's 16 discs or something that's in there. So the first 12 might get watched. The rest of them can just get.
Yeah, Futurama was. I think they left it too long. They didn't
Yeah.
come back hot. Like their season 4 ends. It takes like 2-3 years for the movies to get
Something
started.
like that, yeah. It takes a long time for Matt Groening. I think Matt Groening wanted to keep it going, but Fox just never renewed it.
Yeah.
Then the movies came out, and then Fox realised people still want this, but like you said, it's been too long. They're not going to bring it back, which is a real mistake.
You get it with a TV series, especially when it's as popular and had that kind of rabid fan base. And admittedly, we don't know the numbers.
Yeah.
We don't know how many people were actually tuning into Futurama, but for us, it was the highlight of the week. You'd go home on, it was Friday night for those guys?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, Friday night.
Friday night, because we would be at my grand's house and we'd be like, okay, we're going to leave now and just like jump in the car, drive home, Simpsons, new episode, Futurama, new episode.
Yeah.
And that was like Friday night for us. And then some crap that somebody else wanted to watch. But then you're like, okay, I guess I'll just leave this now. Bye.
I guess I'll go up to my room and play. Would have been PlayStation 2 at the time. PlayStation 2 for the regular people. GameCube for me.
There's every school has one, kid, like that.
Yeah, I was happy to be that because the GameCube was, I wouldn't even say arguably the better console. GameCube was the better console.
Nah.
Better controller, better games. It was great. GameCube had Resident Evil.
No
before.
on the controller.
Yes, on the controller.
No on the
Do
controller.
they still make PlayStation 2 controllers? No, they still make GameCube controllers.
They do. They just make them bigger and call them PS4 controllers.
PS4 controllers horrible, man.
It's nothing compared to the Xbox, but it's a damn sight better than the PS3.
Oh, the PS3.
PS3 controller was the PS2 controller.
You could twist it. It's horrible.
Ew.
Nasty.
You get that crack going on it.
Yeah.
But the Futurama disappearing and then reappearing was kind of weird because it took too long. If you
Yeah.
want to try and have a like smash hit series and then follow up on like another channel, you got to do it fast.
Yeah.
That's why Brooklyn Nine-Nine did it right. They were like
They got dropped by Channel 4 and were picked up within a week.
They were
It
dropped by
was scary.
Fox within. They got dropped by Fox and then picked up within 24 hours by CBS.
Yeah, that was quick.
And it was one of the things of like, damn, that was fast, but also it's like, okay, that was kind of premeditated a long time
a
ago.
calculated move.
And they've immediately they launched straight into the new season for season 5, and then season 6 is being filmed right now. Like they just have not stopped. They're just trying to establish themselves as part of CBS's lineup because that's a stupidly competitive lineup for comedy.
I can imagine, yeah.
When you're trying to compete
Lot of
with,
sitcoms, from what I see.
yeah. I mean, look at the legacy. I mean, for as many people hate it as they do, they had Big Bang Theory, and
I
that
thought it
came
was still going, or is that
It-
finished?
just finished.
Oh, right, okay.
I think it finished in the last year or so. I think this year was the last season, and from before that, it was How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah.
That is just like 18 years of sitcom dominance, and then
Something
you've
like that.
got. I suppose you would have. I think Everybody Loves Raymond was a CBS thing as well.
Was Friends CBS? No, that was ABC.
I can't remember who did it in the US. However,
I
it
think over
is
here it was Sky One or something.
now being dropped by Netflix.
Good.
Netflix had it, and it cost them apparently $100 million
Fucking.
to keep it going every year. Not happening. As of December 1st, 2019, it's gone.
December 1st, 2019.
As in like 2 weeks from now.
2019.
Yeah?
You mean January 1st?
Oh yeah, no, yeah, sorry, January 1st. Fuck.
It's going to say they're dropping it, but they're waiting a whole year. That's just so many people can download it onto their phones and just cut off their Netflix accounts.
January 1st, 2019. Friends is gone.
To be fair, I don't care.
I don't
genuinely
care
think
either.
Friends is one of the most overrated shows.
I've seen it
all
like 10
existence.
times. It's
Yeah.
perfectly fine. I
There's
did laugh when a bunch of the new kids watched it because it was like, Netflix is bringing back Friends, and then a bunch of people who got into that really super PC culture got in there and was like, yeah, I watched that as a kid. I'll rewatch it now it's on Netflix. This is problematic.
Yeah, this is
They
bad.
have jokes about lesbians, and it's not jokes by the lesbians about lesbians. It's people making fun of lesbians. And you're like, yes, and
You're aware when the show was made?
it was the 80s and 90s.
Yeah,
I think it was the
it was
90s.
90s to 2000s.
Yeah.
I think their last season was almost into the year 2000.
Shit. But I mean,
1999, almost into the year 2000. I can't really remember because I had other things on my mind back in 1999. I was 7, probably almost 8 years old.
and Millennium had just dropped. We did not know how to handle Millennium.
We had Legos to build. We had Bionicles, son.
Oh yeah, Bionicle.
Fucking love Bionicles.
They still make those.
They do, but they're not good.
No, they're not good. I actually, I went to see, I went to see Halloween. I went to like pop into the Smith's toy store, and that was eye-opening to say the least. I mean, first of all, you're a toy store. Don't put game consoles at the front door,
Yeah, it's probably not a good idea.
especially with all the games, because I guarantee you, 90% of the kids who walk in there just kind of walk in and say, "Oh yeah, video games exist.
Yeah.
Fuck toys." I mean, yeah. I mean, it's cool that there's an entire wall of Nerf guns.
Yeah.
But that's cool for me as like a 27-year-old fucking loser. It's not cool for like a 5-year-old who just had to walk past like an entire stall of Minecraft shit.
Yeah.
And then Fortnite, obviously because Fortnite's all digital.
Yeah.
Or
Still
the Battle
toys
Royale
and-
there, yeah. There's toys and it's all the gift cards for like V-Bucks. And you're like, oh boy, that's
How many people are walking at the Smith's Megastore in Falkirk and just going, Dad, I need 1,000 V-Bucks, spend 40 quid on it.
you know that causes some arguments, I guarantee you. Every kid getting dragged past going, Mom, I want a V-Bucks, me.
I'd slap that child until it passed out.
Play PUBG like a real man.
You put that down, you play some Street Fighter.
Your dad cries every night because you play this game. You're gonna be a real man. You're the man of the house now. You play some PUBG.
Just sit a child down. This is Gears of War. This man is Marcus Phoenix. He's very angry and he has a chainsaw at the end of his assault rifle. You will play this game. It's made by the same
Daddy,
people
why-
that make Fortnite, so you'll be fucking fine.
Daddy, why is he angry? Nobody really knows.
No one knows. Where's my wife?
Yeah, he's not the guy who loses a wife. Why is he so fucking mad all the time?
Don't fucking.
He just sits in a jail cell,
Yeah.
gets really like he's annoyed at Hoffman and stuff.
Yeah,
That
Santiago
makes sense.
has a reason to get angry,
Yeah, Santiago is the most justified rage character of all time.
but he's the chillest motherfucker ever. Marcus Phoenix is just angry about everything.
I had another like Netflix movie night. I'm gonna run through the movies real quick.
Okay.
Dawn of the Dead: Bloodline.
You said this right. Allow me to. Colin Graham. Remember, if you remember the last time we recorded, Colin Graham spoke about Batman Ninja. Colin Graham then said to me in a text message, what was it? Dawn of the Dead: Bloodlines is the Batman Ninja of zombie movies.
Yes. So yeah, the Batman Ninja left a very sour taste in my mouth. I thought movies can't get much worse than this.
Oh, but they did.
Well, but they did,
Oh,
and
but
this
they
time
did.
they're live action.
Fuck.
So this is the worst part of this is I love Dawn of the Dead movies.
Yeah.
The original George A. Romero stuff is good. It's really kitschy now that it's like 87 it was made.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Oh, if you're talking about the original Night of the Living Dead, that was.
Yeah.
I mean, that's now. It's in a public domain. It's been out.
It's so old you're surprised to see a black man in a character that's not bad.
Yeah.
You're like, well, that's an
Wait.
old ass movie.
He's the savior. He's the good
Oh
guy. in this.
shit.
He saves people.
That was progressive
He
back
punches-
in the day.
He punches a woman.
That was and going forward again to like the Day of the Dead and then the remakes of those. Great movies, always interesting. Land of the Dead was kind of fun.
Yeah.
Wasn't like as serious as the other ones. The fact that you've got the intelligent zombie like helping the other zombies figure out a way to launch a full scale attack. But if you think about the setting of the world, it's really interesting. And then to see that the genre basically dissolved down into fucking nothing. Like the entire, like it took 28 days later to save zombie movies.
Yeah.
And that is saying something because that's a big fucking movie. However, I was like, oh good, they're making more of the Dead series. And it's after Ray Mario's passing, which was a shame, it was a couple of years back.
Yeah.
I don't think his body was in the ground when they got the rights to this movie.
Yeah.
And I think that should show you the level of disrespect that's fucking coming.
Really?
Yeah, the whole thing is... We found the best quote of it that would describe the movie of just being 2 hours of people you don't care about making stupid mistakes and then yelling at each other.
Sounds about right.
Fucking horrifically bad movie. The intro should tell you everything you need to know, because the initial intro is in the streets. It looks like a giant riot. People are getting eaten, and obviously this is the zombie outbreak.
Yeah.
You know what's going on. It's a fucking zombie movie. The zombies are infecting everyone. A guy is running out of the subway. He gets grabbed by 2 zombies. One grabs each leg. They yank him back, and then the blood, like not even geysers, just aerosols out of the fucking tunnel. At that point, we said, oh no, what have we started?
Jesus.
Oh no.
So it didn't even look like blood. It looked like someone had sprayed an air cannon and just put in
Yeah.
red dye.
Yeah, that's exactly how it looks. Is just take like an aerosol for deodorant, spray that, and just imagine it's red. That's what the blood looks like.
Like throw some talcum powder in there and flick some red in there.
It's then followed by a zombie headbutt diving out of a window to bite someone,
Okay.
like through a proper like New York street window. That's some reinforced glass, son. At that point, somebody jumps in a car and goes, "Oh my god, I gotta drive out of here. It's a fucking nightmare. It's a zombie apocalypse." A zombie punches through the window. I don't know if you've ever seen the video of a guy trying to headbutt his way through a car window. You can't do that. I'm sorry, that doesn't work. The entire intro is complete nonsense. At which point, somebody just it ends with somebody just screaming in the middle of the street. Hard cut to black, like 12 hours ago.
Yeah.
It's I think it's a pathologist, somebody doing work in a mortuary, and they are going through and explaining what would happen, like why somebody would be different. So it's influenza. So okay, so they're virologists. This is something to do with the science behind what we're going to see, part of the intro to this world and how it became so fucked up. And then you realize everyone's audio has been overdubbed. We were genuinely confused. We didn't know if we'd started like some foreign language film. I think they just lost all the audio. I think they legitimately went out, and maybe I don't know, because the weird thing is that all the acting, the mouths open up so far compared to how the voices sound. I think they showed up to work with no mics. They just didn't have mics attached to the cameras. I'm like, so the mics don't get here for another 3 days, but we need to start filming now, so everyone just mime it, and then we'll go back and voice over it again. So you can see people saying, "Hi Mark, how was your day?" And then the voice in the background just says, "Hi Mark, how was your day?" And it's just completely wrong. Everything about it is, the audio itself is too smooth. There's no background static. It's all been really well edited for a podcast. Definitely not up to the quality of the movie.
Definitely not movie quality. Now here's exactly what happened. Right, this sounds like it was all made in somebody's basement
In Hungary.
in Hungary. What are the chances that when they went down to the editing booth, aka the basement, and they said, "Right, we're going to leave it for the night. Hey mum, don't touch the recording booth," and she went in and went, "Let's see. Oh no, I've deleted all the audio.
Oh dear.
Jeremy,
I think your computer's broken.
Oh no, someone spilled coffee on it." Just sweeping away a coffee mug.
Oh no, a horrible accident. She just lobs a coffee mug at the wall. Guess it must have gotten the computer.
I don't know. I mean, you really need to take care of this now.
It's weird that it deleted just the audio. I don't know how that happened. Ooh, so strange.
I'm saving your ass, kid.
But we went through all these trivia points about the movie, because it just becomes about it then skips forward 5 years into the kind of the survivors who are trying to work outside of a military outpost in the middle of Colorado.
Yeah.
And my brother found that the movie itself cost $8 million to make. Try and guess the box office.
$8.
They did a little better than that. They made $250,000.
How? This movie sounds
Global box office.
How many people?
That is the number of people that would pay to just be like, oh, cool, day one release. I got nothing better to do. Guess I'll just go see a zombie movie. And then walked out there, and then surprised nobody asked for their money back.
Yeah, I'd be going up to the ticket booth and just, excuse me, this was dog shit. I'd be quoting legislation shit at them, just going under the sales of goods.
I'd be making up legislation.
Under the Nay Shitey Zombie Films Act of 2000, and now give me my fucking money back.
How do you fuck up a zombie movie? Oh, that was the other part we noticed, is that we noticed the green screening was really bad. I noticed it on a mouse. They green screened a mouse in to the show, or to one of the shots, which means
green screened and a mouse. Couldn't they just get them?
Yeah, that means they ran out of budget.
An actual rodent or
an actual mouse, like an actual rodent mouse,
right, not a computer
just on
mouse,
the floor.
Right.
They green screened one in, and it's very obvious. You can almost see like the artifacting around the outside of it.
It's like have you ever seen the original Spawn movie from way back in the early 90s?
Yeah, I think I have.
At one point, he grabs something.
Mm-hmm.
He rips something off one of the evil guys, and he's got it in his hand, and it's making a kind of glow. But you can see the outline of where the effect ends. So you sit on this is what I need. This is what I need to get back at him. And you can see where the effect ends. It's just this little cube outside the thing.
So I mean, running out of money for animals is kind of offensive. That's just bad filmmaking.
Yeah.
Running out of money for blood on a zombie movie is frankly fucking unforgivable.
How do you run out of money? Right, surely that's part of your budget, right? We need 8 million for the blood alone, and we need 12 million for actual zombies.
That was just it was unbelievable to see somebody moving around so much with fake CGI blood in their head. You can just see the face, like the tracking struggle to keep like blood dots in the right place. And she's turning around saying like, I can't believe you just shot my friend. It's like, well, she just got bitten by a zombie. But we almost have a cure. You have an idea that there might be a cure. Women, sit down. I'm sorry you're the hottest girl on cast, but right now, that doesn't matter.
That always fucking annoyed me about zombie movies. Like, I can't shoot her. She's my best friend, or she's my wife, or she's my daughter. Just, yeah, but you're going to do them a mercy if you fucking kill them. I get it created, a good moment in a good zombie movie, but bad zombie movies just do it very, very bad.
Also, you are 5 years into the zombie apocalypse.
Yeah.
The stupid people should be dead by now. There's too much like padded walls around this movie. There is no way. It's 2 hours of stupid people doing stupid things and getting angry at each other. These people should be dead by now.
Yeah.
They're in the military, and yeah, cool. That means they get guns. I guess it kind of makes sense to survive this long.
Wait, so they had gun money in the budget, but they didn't have blood money in the budget.
Yeah, for most of it, they had gun money. they had very bad Humvees money.
Okay,
not entirely sure how they afforded that.
We're going to get Ford Fiestas and we're going to put boxes on them and spray them green.
That would have been better than what they did. They bought civilian Humvees and tried to make it look like military Humvees.
Fuck.
But the main part with the military training actually it pissed us off. But do you remember Scooby-Doo?
Okay, yeah.
You immediately know this comparison will not be favourable to this movie that we're talking about.
If you start off with Scooby-Doo, yeah.
Do you remember how every now and again the gang would split up and just run around in the hallways and oh my god, and then eventually they'd get to a point where they would be walking around and accidentally bump into each other, typically walking backwards so they didn't see each other coming? That happens in this movie.
Jesus Christ. I mean, even Scooby-Doo stopped doing that.
They stopped doing it because it was shit.
Yeah, it was funny once.
A military strike team out for a very specific recon and like recovering important, materials purpose. They're on a mission to just do that. Get split up, runs around for a bit, accidentally causes a zombie horde to panic and start running around the building as well, and then walk into each other backwards. That's where you can see the CGI mouse. I fucking lost it.
Please tell me at this point when they back into each other, they just turn around and open fire.
I wish they had. That would have half the problem of this movie is that if half the characters died in a gun battle. But they kept going on about one guy in particular, like, oh no, we got to make sure Johnny gets back soon. His wife's pregnant and she's about to have their third kid and he loves the other two kids so much and he buys them all this nice stuff even though it's a zombie apocalypse. He's a great guy. Johnny's so amazing. Man, I hope Johnny doesn't die. Funnily enough, Johnny dies.
Oh, really? I did not.
30 seconds after we're introduced to Saint Johnny. I wish I was lying about this, but I'm not. And then we got to the end of this film, and we were just done. We were like fed up. We
When you
started.
turning religious, you were so happy this movie was over. You just thank Christ it is done. We get to go and watch good films.
We're almost finished with it. We're getting to the dramatic conclusion of all this bollocks. My brother hits pause, and he says, "Other than the main character Zoe, can you name 3 other characters in this film?" I couldn't. I could not.
Couldn't do it.
I was sitting there going, it was the quietest that room had been all day. It's just that all 3 of us going, no, I did not remember the names of these people. I don't care enough to know their names. I spent 90 minutes watching them fight for their own survival. Couldn't care less.
That reminds me when I went to see Taken 3.
Yeah.
A friend of mine just phoned me out of the blue, just went, "Oh, dude, we're going to go see Taken 3. Do you fancy coming along?" And I went, "Yeah, sure. You know what? Why not?"
What could possibly go
It
wrong?
might be a good, it might be a good movie. It might be a shit movie. Either way, it could be fun. Same question asked at the end. Do you know anybody's name in this movie? And I went, "You mean Liam Neeson's not just playing Liam Neeson?"
I assumed he was just
I
Liam
assumed it was
Neeson.
just himself. I mean, there was the Bagel guy. I went, "Who the fuck's the Bagel guy?" And I went, "Oh, what's his name?"
You know, he had the bagel.
He was the Bagel guy. He was the cop, the Bagel guy, the guy that figured out the entire fucking plot from Bagels.
You know,
I am not kidding. He figures out the entire plot behind Liam Neeson's daughter getting kidnapped because of some fucking bagels.
I was hoping that he was bagel guy because he held up a bagel and got shot through the hole in the bagel.
No, what the fuck's his name? He's the actor. He was the kind of priest guy in Black Panther. He has the lazy eye. He plays
Forrest Whitaker.
that guy.
There you go.
Got a lot of time for Forrest Whitaker. Fucking fantastic actor. Taken 3 made me hate Forrest Whitaker because he just at the end of the movie he goes, "You're free to go, Liam Neeson."
We
know
know
what-
going, nice.
we know you didn't do it. We know you're innocent. Why would you kidnap your own daughter? It doesn't make sense. And he goes, Liam Neeson goes, "Thank you. I knew it's, having people like you on my side makes me believe in the American prison system or some bullshit like that." Can't even remember how bad it was. And he goes, I knew you were innocent, man." He goes, "Yeah, sure, whatever." He goes, "No, it was the bagels, man. The bagels told me."
The bagel showed me the way.
And it just, they give some bullshit like, "Oh, there was no way you'd buy bagels from that place and leave them to cool down like that. If you bought bagels from that place, you'd eat them straight away." And at that point, I walked out the fucking cinema. It was there were still 15 minutes left. The movie left because he has to go and help his daughter move to fucking Antarctica or some bullshit.
Don't mind you leave. It was too stupid. I'm sorry.
Why did I leave?
Too
I just
stupid.
turned around with a twitch and went, "Bagels, bagels, 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 bagels."
The other thing we watched was Jigsaw. I'm a big fan of the Saw movies.
Yeah, some
We
movies
just-
are good.
They're just trash, but you know, they're
What the
fun.
hell's the name of the guy in Jigsaw? The Jigsaw killer. What's his name?
John Jigsaw.
John Jameson Jefferson Jigsaw.
I can't remember his name, but I know his first name is John.
Is it John? Is it something Kramer? Is Kramer in there?
Kramer, I think. Yeah, might be John Kramer.
Because I've tried to tell somebody about these films and I couldn't remember the guy's name.
Yeah, but the Jigsaw movies is about his legacy more than anything else, and it's good. It's got some good like plot in it, and it does the good thing. The best thing the Saw movies did was at the very end you get a snapshot of, oh, this is what was going on the whole time. This brings that back,
All right.
and I've always been waiting for them to build gradually, because the point is you're pitting people's worst instincts against each other.
Yeah, you're pitting that survival instinct again.
There's a lot of good characters that go, you're like, that person's a piece of shit. They're going to do everything they can to survive.
Yeah.
So you've got to basically, that person becomes the biggest threat in the room, regardless of the person throwing chainsaws at everyone.
Yeah, regardless
or
of
whatever the fucking weird trap is.
the angel trap or the.
Yeah, I would.
Oh, there was one in. I think it's at the start of Saw 4, 6, or 3. I can't remember.
Yeah.
They basically all the people get attached to a wall covered in spikes, and they get buckets with chains around their necks.
That is Jigsaw.
That's Jigsaw.
That's the first trap
Aye,
in
'cause they
Jigsaw,
start
and
pulling against it.
it's a wall of saws.
Aye, and they're just getting pulled closer and closer towards
Yeah.
it.
That was it was a good trap. There's always a lot of reasoning behind it, and you get to see the worst parts of the people involved.
Yeah.
And I've been waiting throughout these movies for it to come down to just a person pointing a gun at another person and being told, if you shoot the other person in the head right now, you can walk free. No traps, no nothing. You just have to pull the trigger on another human being, and they do it.
Yeah.
And you're like, ooh, shit. We've been building to this for like 18 fucking movies now.
Yeah.
But they finally did it, and it's a really satisfying conclusion.
Yeah.
So
I actually found I quite liked the Saw movies, despite the fact that a lot of people just said, "Oh, it's just torture porn, whatever." But the one thing that always bugged me about the Jigsaw Killer is the way in every movie he would always say, "I'm not a murderer." You fucking are a murderer. Don't give me that bullshit.
you can't trap somebody in a room with no other way out rather than just like sawing off their own hand and say, "Not my fault."
You can't create. What was I think it was in Saw 3 where the cop gets attached to the kind of blood eagle thing, and if the other cop doesn't disarm this trap in time, she basically gets her innards ripped out.
I think that's the angel trap.
The angel trap, yeah.
Yeah.
You can't create that and not call yourself fucking murderer.
You can't have a pit full of needles
Yeah.
covered in God knows what and say, somewhere in there's a key,
Yeah.
but somebody's got to go down there and find it.
Yeah.
And say,
Not to mention, the person that he does this to ends up becoming his apprentice.
yeah, and she had a serious fucking heroin problem
Yeah.
for years before it. That's why she's in there.
Yeah. Stockholm Syndrome. I think that's the only way you can justify that.
Congratulations, you just made everything worse for that human being.
And I genuinely loved the
Very
Saw
fucked
movies.
up series of movies,
Yeah,
but
but it's
very good.
Yeah, really good series of movies. I would highly recommend them for anyone who likes a bit of horror, but just if you're like me, you will get hung up on that one little detail of the Jigsaw Killer just going, "I'm not a murderer." You fucking are a murderer, you dirty bastard.
You technically did not pull any triggers, but you left a lot of smoking
There's
guns.
a lot of culpable homicide about you. You can't. Fuck, you're a murderer. Fuck you.
You're a murderer. Like, you're as close to
dead now
murder as
anyway.
we're going to get. But we had that, and then we watched Jeepers Creepers 3. We used to love Jeepers Creepers. It was a fun series. The first two films are, like, good fun, like, peak 2000s horror,
Yeah.
where it's not really that scary.
What I think they get called popcorn horror movies. where you
Yeah.
just-
It's not about anything intense or psychological. It's about just, oh no, spooky monster.
yeah.
And
You're going to get chased. There's going to be blood.
teenagers have to fight the spooky monster, and will they win? Well, probably.
Yeah,
Or maybe
probably.
they don't. Who knows?
Will they win? They will win. But will they win? Yeah, they'll win.
Yeah, they'll win. I mean, 10 of them will be dead, but that's why there's a cast of 15 people.
But you might see some titties.
Yeah, it's that American. Actually, it's American Pie horror films,
American Pie horror
where
films.
it's just about the teenagers just annoying each other, and then all of a sudden there's like they hit
Jason
a
Voorhees.
guy. Yeah, they hit a guy. They're driving on. Oh, I'm so high and I'm so drunk, and all of a sudden just smack,
Yeah.
hit a guy walking down the road.
Hit a guy that somehow in about 40 minutes time is going to get superpowers and
Yeah,
become an invincible killing machine and kill all of you, but one of you is going to get your top ripped off midway through just so we can justify the 18
yeah. And
furthermore.
the third one just made me feel bad. I don't know why. There was a lot of things of like a lot of horror takes place in the dark.
Yeah.
Because that's what we're afraid of as humans.
Yeah, the spooky.
Far too much of this is in daylight,
Yeah.
and I'm pretty sure the mask they used for Jeepers Creepers was stolen from Lurch from Lord of the Rings. And then you've got the weird fact that like there's like a kind of like a hand structure holding his head in place. If you've seen the second one, you'll understand why. But
Yeah, I
there's like a
haven't seen
weird
any of
set
the
of
Jeepers
claws
Creepers
and
movies.
stuff that hold his head in place. But yeah, it was not good, and a lot of the it's too predictable as well, especially when you realize that they bring his vehicle into it more, and you realize it's indestructible.
His
and
vehicle. I thought he had wings.
he does, and he has a vehicle.
I mean, if this was a Batman, made in the 60s, I understand why they'd give him a vehicle to sell some toys.
Mm-hmm.
But this is a horror movie made in the 2000s. Why the hell did they give him a car?
I think it was for the second one, just
I mean,
because
he
it
just wasn't killing people in that cornfield quick
Yeah.
enough.
in the second one, like I think that's the way that's the way he selects his victims, is that he drives around, and anyone who pisses him off when he's got road rage just dies.
Okay.
Because their asshole, like their head ripped out through their asshole. It's usual zombie spooky horror movies.
Yeah.
So
Usual spooky bat scarecrow thing.
yeah, I think it was mostly just like a kind of, it was a plot device in the second one, so you would know where he was. So you would have characters looking out for the van because he must be in the van, and you realize if he steps out the van and flies, you're all fucked. And he can do that. He just doesn't because the plot says so. And in the third one, it's more to do with just the vehicle itself has more of a life of its own than the actual character.
All right.
But it does get really stupid when somebody decides we're going to take a minigun, but by the way, does not fire like a minigun, and then we're going to like just try and throw bullets at a vehicle we know, like we the audience know, will reflect all the bullets back. somehow. You know how miniguns fire, where it's like you fire the bullet out the barrel itself moves.
Yeah, it's kind of
The
rotates
next one
around.
comes through. It's to cool everything down so that the guns would explode.
Yeah.
This movie thinks that the minigun, all the barrels fire at the same time, and it has individual like gun flash CGI on each barrel.
No, there's a little central bit that shoots all the bullets out.
It spins
Yeah, it spins.
to let the barrels cool.
Yeah, go on YouTube and type in minigun cherry red and just watch that thing heat up.
Yeah,
It's
and
epic.
it was
Pretty cool.
bad. It was a fun movie day, but only because we proceeded to get drunk.
Yeah. It does
throughout
sound
these
like
films.
I'd be questioning your sanity if you watched those movies sober or managed to make it through all three of those movies sober.
We got through Jigsaw without touching a drop. It
Yeah.
was when we sat down and started Day of the Dead Bloodlines, and then we got 20 seconds in and realised how fucked the audio was. We're like, nope, that's it. That was the
I'm
limit.
busting out the gentleman jack. Let's go.
Goodbye. Goodbye, sobriety. It's been a fun 24 hours.
It's been a good day.
There's something to watching really bad horror movies.
Yeah, I think to know how good you've got it, like I do with crappy fighting games every now and again, or crappy video games. To know how good you've got it with the good video games, you need to delve into the shite. Like if you want to appreciate good action movies, you need to watch a Taken 3 every now and again.
Yeah.
Just to know,
Or just watch any given video game movie,
yeah. Oh fuck yeah.
such as Monster Hunter, allegedly.
I don't fucking
Coming
start.
soon near you. It's coming soon to a headset near you.
Yeah.
Dom's rant about Monster Hunter.
What I don't get is Capcom, after they made... In fact, I'm not even going to say the potentially good Resident Evil series. The Resident Evil series was doomed from the start when they shoehorned in a new character, despite having...
The cast of Resident Evil's like 7 characters from the video game.
Yeah, you've got those characters that they've been shoehorned into kind of the B story. You've got the main story with Alice. Why put Alice in there, despite, maybe wanting your wife to be in the movie? Why make a new character for her when you could just went, right, I'm going to make her Jill Valentine, and I'm going to make someone else Chris Redfield. You've got this story that's already been made and kind of writes itself into a fucking movie already. Why then deviate from that and make something new when Capcom were paying your fucking wages anyway? I mean, if you're Capcom have the potential to pay your wages and say, right, you're going to make a Resident Evil movie. Okay, but I want to do it my way. But we already wrote the story. Can you just not...
Kind of a good story, kind of a treasured classic.
Yeah, a lot of people like it. A lot of fans. You don't want to piss off fans. I'm going to do it my way. I'm going to put my wife in there. Then I'm just going to shit all over everything. He's doing the same thing with Monster Hunter, by the way.
Oh, good. I was really hoping that someone would just shit all over like a lot more people's childhoods.
Yeah, I was just hoping that a lot of people... that Paul W.S. Anderson and his wife would just shit all over. Probably, I mean, Monster Hunter World is getting... It's one of the nominations for Game of the Year this year. And RPG of the Year.
Okay, I can see that.
A lot of people like Monster Hunter World, and they're using that as the basis for the Monster Hunter movie. And the Monster Hunter movie's story, from what I can glean on the internet, is whoever the fuck Mila Jovovich is playing is a descendant of the original Monster Hunter. They give no name, no details. Apparently he killed the big monster, whatever that may be.
The big monster.
The big monster. Big monster, I'm winning again.
Who are you? I'm Mila Jovovich. Who's your ancestor? The Monster Hunter.
Oh, I am 10 big monsters. I come to kill you and eat your babies.
What did the Monster Hunter do? He killed the monster. Which monster? The monster.
No, not just the monster. The big monster.
The big monster.
El Grande Monster.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Academy Award for Screenwriting goes to
Paul W.S. Anderson. Stand up and just watch me punch him in the face. But no, Mila Jovovich has been putting out set pictures.
Okay.
Of her in full sort of hunter's mail, which is the sort of basic starting armor that you get. If you upgrade it right, it can do you for the first sort of 3 sets of missions. If you upgrade it right, if you upgrade it straight from the start, it could probably do the first 3 sets of missions. It's her in the full armor, and she's got this thing on her wrist that's from Monster Hunter World. It was basically to stop you having to pick up sort of rocks and other little things that you could throw at monsters. You can basically now just launch them from your wrist.
Okay.
It's her standing posing with, I can't remember the fucking name of the thing. I think it's just called the launcher. She's got this on her wrist. And she's saying, just wrap production on Monster Hunter. You guys are going to fucking love this movie. And I just wanted to type, no, we won't. Stop.
I'll put 20 quid on no.
So you will send me $80,000 if you're wrong.
I
You've agreed to this.
obviously, as far as like talk about Capcom Productions, you know the guy who made Castlevania, Adi Shankar.
Yeah.
He bought the rights for Devil May Cry,
Yeah.
and he's going to do the same thing. He's going to do
For
the same
Devil May Cry.
studio, same like team. He's going to try and work with them.
Yeah.
And apparently, he wants the rights to Berserk.
Yeah, I'd be okay with that.
He put out an open call saying, if you or anyone you know could help get me the rights to Berserk, I will give you my number.
Yeah, because he's from what I've heard, he's going to pick up exactly where the anime left, or
Yeah.
where the movies left, and he's just going to continue on for there. He's basically going to redo Berserk 2016, Berserk 2017. He's just basically going to almost ignore that and do
Yeah.
his own version, which I think is slightly cunty, but at the same time, 2016, 2017 Berserk was not great.
If you've seen the fan reaction, it's not cunty, it's necessary.
Yeah,
And I've actually refused to watch it. I'm going to watch the Golden Arc?
or the Golden Age arc.
Golden Age arc.
Oh.
Because I've got the anime for that. I'm going to rewatch. I'm going to buy the movies.
If you want to
Watch it.
watch them anytime soon, I will loan you the Blu-rays. They are fucking stunning movies.
Yeah.
They look fucking great on. I mean, I watched them on sort of just DVD quality, 480p. They look fucking great. Then I haven't cracked open the Blu-rays yet. I have them,
Mm.
all three of them. I've seen sort of clips on YouTube that have been upscaled to say 4K. That movie looks fucking great in HD.
I'm up for it.
You're
And if
gonna
Adi Shankar's going to do a version of it,
Yeah,
I'm all for it.
because I know for a fact he'd get the original voices and stuff back in as well. And they got in 2016, 2017, the English dubbing was off. They got the original voice of Casca back to do, as little dialogue as she had.
Mhm.
And they got the original voice of Griffith in to do some dialogue for Griffiths when he gets resurrected. But they got a different voice actor for Guts.
Big mistake.
Purely because the guy that voices Guts was doing One Punch Man at the time.
All right.
Which I thought that's pretty cool. I mean, you chose right because
You made the definite right
Yeah.
decision there.
But the guy that they got in is a Spanish actor, and he does his best sort of low, gravelly, sort of, I'm a troubled, angsty man. That's not Guts at all. You completely misunderstood the character. But every so often you'll just hear the Spanish kicking a bit. Like, he'll bring it to the sword and go, this is my sword. It's not that bad. But every so often you'll just hear it kicking.
I was just hoping every now and again there'd be like a little C in there. You wouldn't notice it. You'd be like, hey, wait, did that guy just say C? You go back and it's like, Guts, lend me your sword. C.
He just boomerangs the giant steel sword. But see, that's the thing with Berserk 2017. It didn't get too bad animation wise towards the end. The fight with Guts when he's in the Berserk armor that he gets from the Skeleton Knight
Yeah.
against Apostle Grunbild doesn't look too bad.
Okay.
But there's certain points when he's moving in full CG that just look horrible.
It was there was a little bounce up and down that he had when they were trying to like speed up. They're doing a
And he
walk
was
animation,
walking.
and he was walking. You just see him bounce up and down.
Yeah,
And you're like, hey, what do you guys do there?
that is lazy.
That
Apparently
was
it gets better in the Blu-rays.
okay.
Apparently they tidied things up in the Blu-rays.
Yeah. I'm going.
Added
through...
nipples as well.
Oh, good. We're really needing those nipples.
I know I wasn't watching Berserk for the nipples or anything, but just not having them in there was enough to distract me.
I suppose if you're like looking at a body and you think there should be nipples there,
Yeah.
like
If you're
there's
looking
no
at a body
nipples-
and there's no nipples and there's just nothing where the genitals should be, you're just kind of thinking, there's no immersion. You can't realize I'm not one of these weird
no
you
nipple
know,
people.
one of these sort of clean human beings that have no genitalia or
No
nipples.
Yeah, that's
It's
weird.
just weird. It took me out of it.
And yet, when you add nipples to Batman, it's a big fucking deal.
Don't fucking stop. Joe Schumacher, George Clooney, and Val Kilmer all apologise for bat nipples.
We're talking about like the the quality improving with like the finished versions of products.
Yeah.
I've been waiting on stuff coming back. The uncut versions on Funimation streaming services are the DVD versions.
Yeah.
And I love going back every now and again, just checking out new scenes that have been out or like things that have been touched up in post.
Yeah.
And with the start of Fairy Tail for the final season, kind of hoping we get to see the finished version pretty soon because there's some stuff in that initial Avatar arc that I'm like, this was like I can see where you're like, we need them to cut the corners now.
Yeah.
So when we get to the bigger shit later on, I need it to be much better looking. And now that we're into the more like serious arc, I'm like, okay, things look a lot better now. But there was stuff there that was rough as fuck.
Yeah.
way too many pop-ins from the side that are like people just standing still, and like dialogue just back and forward where you only see one person's face.
Yeah.
You're like, I can see they're cutting costs here and cutting corners, but oh man, the problem for me is that I've only watched it with the finished quality.
Yeah.
I've never waited week to week for this show, so watching Fairy Tail week to week is actually like fucking up. Well, it's really fucking me up. I don't know what's going on. It's weird.
I had the same problem with Super because I watched it subbed because I got into it. I watched the Battle of Gods arc with Beerus and Goku goes Super Saiyan God. I watched the Resurrection F arc because I think there was an arc in between Battle of Gods. I can't even remember. I think there was an arc in between, but the animation for the Battle of Gods arc, the Resurrection F arc, and parts of the arc before Goku Black arc are fucking horribly done.
Yeah.
There's a bit when you see Super Saiyan 3 Goku right before Beerus pings him and knocks him out cold.
Yeah.
His hair just looks like a bunch of bananas. It looks fucking horrible.
The anime community was not kind to the start of Dragon Ball Super, and that's why I think it hasn't been as big a deal as it should be. Because now
but then you watch the Blu-ray version and it's all cleaned up. It looks really nice. I mean, obviously it's not perfect because they can only work with what they had, but you can tell that they've had some, additional influence going, no. Let me redraw that for you. Here's what Goku should look like, and here are where his eyes should be. And
this is what a human face looks like.
Yeah. His eyes should be here, not almost above his ears.
Yeah.
There's a horrible scene where he's about to fight. I think he's about to fight Beerus on Earth, and Goku's eyes are so fucking far apart. He looks like Sid the Sloth from Ice Age.
Oh, no. Well, that's that. The movie and the fucking anime ruined for me now.
No, watch the Blu-rays and stick to watching Battle of Gods, the Blu-ray that we both have. Watch that. But if you go online and watch the sort of streamed version of that episode of Dragon Ball Super, you will just think, "Oh, Dom was right. I'm never watching this shit again."
I'm gonna save for the Blu-rays because we found them on Amazon and it's like £15 for
£15 per sort of
chunk.
part of the season.
I think it's like a 12 episodes thing. I'm like, that's not bad. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of episodes. There's a lot of episodes, but
I think they tapped out 126 episodes, maybe less, 120.
I want to say 130. I don't know why. I think it's just slightly more than.
I know they definitely got 100.
Yeah,
but there's a couple of fun filler arcs in there. There's a baseball episode.
Oh yeah, the baseball episode where Yamcha came back for like a half a second.
The baseball episode's pretty fun. I quite appreciate it. It's not quite as good as the Goku and Piccolo get their driving license episode, but it's still pretty fun.
That's classic.
Yeah, I love that.
There was apparently, I don't know if we talked about this when we first started the podcast, but there was a complaint put into Japan's version of like the Broadcast Standards Agency about Master Roshi, about him being too perverted. Because somebody wanted to watch Dragon Ball Super with their kid, because he'd watched Dragon Ball as a kid, and then was like, "Hey, wait, Master Roshi isn't really that good an influence for my kids."
Yeah, I mean, if you watched Dragon Ball as a kid and didn't say at any point to your dad, "Why is Goku touching that woman there?"
Yeah,
I mean,
why is there a squelch noise?
Yeah. Oh, dude, talking about shit that slipped under the radar. I watched Dragon Ball when I was a lot younger because it turns out my dad. It's a fucking weeb.
Okay.
My dad, because my dad watched a lot of Studio Ghibli movies. My dad was the first person that told me to watch Porco Rosso, Studio Ghibli movie.
Okay.
So, and Porco Rosso is one of the best animated movies of all time, in my opinion. It's second only to it's only beaten in my opinion by Akira. But I was watching clips of Dragon Ball, and my dad randomly came in and went, "Oh, I used to watch this with you." And he went, "Is this?" He remembered the exact episode, and I went, "Yeah." He went, "I'm going to let this play out and try and pick out what I used to skip when you were younger." And I was like, "Oh, okay." There's a point where I think it's when Bulma just meets up with Goku, and Goku's got the 4-star ball, and he's saying, "No, get away from me." And Bulma goes, "Right, okay." So she pulls up this curtain. She says, "If you give me the Dragon Ball, you can take a little peek." And then Goku goes, "No, why would I want to see your dirty fanny?" Forgetting that fanny means ass in American. Naturally, my dad would skip that over, but then thinking now, like you didn't complain about Goku saying, "No, I don't want to see your dirty fanny."
Yeah.
But Master Roshi's too perverted just because he gets a couple of nosebleeds and might have grabbed Marin a couple of times.
Yeah, it's a product of its times.
They didn't test that for overseas because dirty fanny in America, they go, "Oh, she's got a dirty ass. That can be funny." In Britain, she's not dirty fanny. How dare you, sir?
Dirty vagina. No,
no dirty vaginas.
It was
Not for Dragon Balls.
It's not worth the exchange rate. With
One dirty vagina does not equal one 4-star Dragon Ball, sir. Good day to you, sir.
bid it again like this, and I will have my hat off.
I did not decollapse my opera hat for this.
I've seen that post a couple times of like Dragon Ball really does show its age sometimes.
Yeah.
Like every representation of black people is really fucking racist.
Yeah.
It's the full on like minstrel face, thick lips, tiny eyes and stuff. And you're like,
Yeah.
whoa.
Oh, yeah. Toriyama went dark.
Toriyama had some issues.
Toriyama did not like those people, apparently.
Because it was a ton of posts of like why do the black community prefer Naruto over Dragon Ball, and you look at like the representation of colored people in Naruto versus Dragon Ball, you're like, yeah, you guys got a point. Oh.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, that's fair. We've waxed lyrical about every time this trailer comes out, but the Dragon Ball Broly English dub trailer dropped.
Yeah.
And as much as like I've been enjoying the Japanese trailers coming out, I'm now like far more hyped now that it's in English.
Yeah, now that I've heard Sean Schemmel and Chris Sabat say we are Gogeta, I audibly looked at my brother. I was like, "It's happening! Gogeta's canon." But then I had almost that kind of Oprah Toriyama moment, and just like, "And you're becoming canon, and you're becoming canon, you're becoming canon."
But for some reason, we're leaving out Janemba.
For some reason, Raditz, go fuck yourself. I mean,
Did he earn it?
Raditz is canon.
I know, but I mean,
Even he's getting cut out. I mean, at least at one. It'd be funny if at one point Bardock and Guinea are just walking past Raditz and he goes, "Where are you sending my brother, Dad?" And he just goes, "Fuck off, kid." He pushes Raditz to the side.
all that Raditz really does is he shows up like 20 years after his kid brother disappears, steals a baby, and then fucks off, and then like threatens to kill everyone on the planet.
Yeah.
Not a great character.
Yeah. I think if they'd done something with Raditz along the lines of what they did with Vegeta, that could have been pretty cool. But I think if they already had this idea of, you know what, we're going to take Vegeta, Prince of all Saiyans, and show that he's been outclassed by this lower Saiyan monkey, and then going to have this like, kind of team up. Well, if you're stronger, I'm going to train with you, prove that I'm better than you, but then somehow kind of we're going to get this rivalry sorted out. If they'd done something like that with Raditz, I think it could have been pretty cool.
Yeah, and you could have Vegeta or Nappa kill Raditz, and have that be like a good point of like, yeah, Raditz was strong. It's like a good like benchmark of like, okay, these guys are strong. Therefore, when he clicks his fingers and that guy explodes, it's like an oh shit moment.
Yeah, that would have been pretty cool.
Yeah,
But it could have been a good thing to show the sort of the Kakarot bloodline, just to show that it's not just Goku that's ridiculously strong; it's that whole entire bloodline. But they made, then they just kind of, oh, Raditz is dead. Oh, Vegeta and Nappa are relentlessly stomping his ashes into the ground because what was it? One Cyberman is worth 10 Raditz.
Oh yeah,
according to the Team 4-star.
I miss. We did the. I think we actually haven't managed to talk about the Hellsing Ultimate Abridged.
I don't watch it, but you watch it, don't you? You're a fan of Hellsing.
Yeah, Hellsing Ultimate.
All I remember of
really
Hellsing Abridged is is it Paladin? No, Cleric Anderson.
Father Anderson. Father Anderson's hilarious.
Yeah. If I cut open those demons with my trolls, will Lucky Charms spill out?
The best part of it for me was as a little joke. There's a couple of things that I was kind of iffy on, certain editing choices, but I'm like, but it was really well done. And my favorite part was the fact that they go back to use footage from like Hellsing original. Hellsing Ultimate's like a remaster of original Hellsing, and they went back and reused footage from Hellsing to show a memory of the childhood.
Yeah.
That's a nice touch. Like it's a bit fuzzy, it's a bit hazy because it's older footage.
Yeah.
Makes sense as dream footage.
Yeah. It's kind of like what they do in Dragon Ball Super when Piccolo is trying to train Gohan before the Universe Tournament arc. They show old footage of not Kai, but just Dragon Ball Z. Right. Of Gohan acting all cocky and confident in front of Majin Buu before he gets his ass kicked. So it was pretty good.
Right. Don't you remember when? And it just cuts to like Majin Buu just like putting his fist through Gohan's face.
It just cuts to Gohan getting absorbed. Yeah, I did have all that power then. I was confident as fuck.
I have made some mistakes.
Yeah. Which Team 4-star make fun of him even before that?
There's a weirdly long running jokes now at that point. Like that series is now long, like 60 episodes to get to the Cell arc.
Yeah.
And that's, it's abridged, it's cut down massively, but at the same time, the fact that there's 60 episodes of an internet show is hilarious.
Yeah. Of a show that's... I'm going to guess they were thinking they would have been done with it by now.
I think they probably assumed that they'd have been screwed out of existence by now.
Yeah, but they have this weird kind of relationship with Funimation. Funimation just kind of overlook it every now and again.
Funimation tend to not be the problem. It's more the Japanese studios.
Yeah, it's more Toei.
Toei fucking hate those guys.
Because I know Lani Pator or sorry, Nick Landis and I think it's Kaizo Neko have worked for Funimation.
Yes.
They've done some Xenoverse stuff. They've done some other anime stuff. I mean, I'm pretty sure at one point you can clearly hear Nick Landis in Fairy Tail as a sort of random background character. You can just hear someone talking, and it's clearly Lani Pator doing his Krillin voice.
I'll need to check that out because I don't remember that.
I think it might have been. It's definitely a Funimation show. I don't know if it was Dragon Ball or I don't know if it was.
I know they've both appeared in Ruby.
Yeah.
For Rooster Teeth, so that was like, oh, nice little touch. Because they've been background characters there, but it wouldn't surprise me if they've popped up as like cameo characters.
Yeah, I think they've popped up in mainstream anime. I think I've heard them a few times. If you go on, obviously, if you go on YouTube and just type in Nick Landis anime, you'll probably be a couple of things that pop up.
Yeah. Actually, speaking of anime, this is something I sent text you about this.
Yeah.
Netflix is going to be hosting Neon Genesis Evangelion, which is classic.
Yeah, that is classic old school anime.
The weird things have come out about it, though, that it's going to be a redub.
It's going to be a redub.
Because the problem with Neon Genesis Evangelion, if you want to buy the DVDs or the Blu-rays for it, it's about £200.
Yeah, I think you can buy the remake movies.
Yeah, because they're cheaper to get.
Yeah, they did Evangelion 1.11, 2.22, and 3.33. Again, all really, really good, really, really well animated movies.
Mm-hmm.
They come in about £10, £12 each. But if you want to get original series Evangelion, you better be prepared to spend some fucking quid.
Yeah, you got to be ready to pay the way the studio wants you to pay, because it's been a whole legal issue. I think it stems from an idea of we don't want our stuff being pirated.
Yeah.
Because this hit big at the start of the internet. Right about the time, obviously, LimeWire was destroying music and whatever.
Yeah.
So it's kind of sat in hell for a while. Like, nobody's been able to really get good copies of it without paying through the teeth.
Yeah.
So seeing it, I mean, people are going to complain about it being redubbed. I know,
obviously.
The original one of the voice actors and the VA director, a woman called Amanda Wynn Lee, got really mad about the fact they were going to redub it on Twitter. Yeah. And I mean, thanks for helping out your colleagues. I'm sure they'll appreciate the fact you, as an original cast member, are preemptively shitting all over their work. So, classy move there. Thanks, lady.
Cheers,
Is they're about to embark on what might be one of the worst or best things ever. It will definitely be divisive. People complain it'll be better or worse. The version that we're going to get is going to be based on the DVDs, or the Blu-ray, that came out. So it's like the best remaster footage we can get.
Yeah.
I don't know who's redubbing it. Nobody's really said anything about that yet.
Well, you think if it's anime that's been dubbed by an American company, you think Funimation would have to have something to do with it? Because I think they're the main powerhouse.
Think that. We have a small problem that I just learned of earlier this week.
What would that?
I mean, earlier this week, I mean, 2 days ago.
Uh-huh.
There's been the whole thing about the Funimation Crunchyroll split.
Yeah.
With Funimation going to work more with Hulu in America.
Okay.
So I don't think they'll be doing a Netflix deal
probably.
to redo this. However, Crunchyroll seem to have been kind of partnered up with Time Warner, which means that they're working closer with and this is where I learned most of this stuff, or what started me down the kind of rabbit hole of discovering all this, was Bernie from Rooster Teeth put out a tweet saying that they were going to be they originally are part of Full Screen, or they were part of Full Screen's Full Screen is just like a kind of overarching company.
Yeah.
Warner, who obviously overarched the whole thing, are shifting online streaming content away from Full Screen and over to a group called Otter Media. So they'll still be working with Warner, but they're including like Rooster Teeth, Crunchyroll, and Machinima. Of all people,
still a thing?
Yes.
They're still going. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, so they're all going to be put under this umbrella of Otter Media. So I don't think we'll be seeing them. There's a ton of like smaller independent studios that do their own stuff.
Yeah.
And I don't know how their whole thing ties into Funimation's roles, because I know Chris Sabat has his own studios. Todd Habercorn, a bunch of other people from like the anime like production side.
Yeah.
People who are the original voice actors of your childhood now run their own studios.
Yeah, because I know Sean Schimmel, he runs his own studio. Because he directs quite a few big animes, quite a few animes that people still watch today. He directs them. And obviously Chris Sabat, I think he might be, he has something to do with Funimation. He might have started Funimation.
He's a senior director there, like he'll be directing anime as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I know that there's, who was it again? There's a lot of people who are like the production staff at Funimation must be stupidly fucking talented.
Yeah.
The fact that like you have people doing voice acting, directing, casting, and then producing the series themselves.
Yeah.
They have to move like one person away from a project to do something else, and then they put in somebody else from like the same team, but who can also just step into these roles. Like they wear so many hats.
Yeah.
It's fucking ridiculous.
I think that's just because voice acting is still such a niche little thing, despite how widespread it is now. There's a lot of people. I think it's gotten to the point where they actually had to include them into the Screen Actors Guild, like SAG-AFTRA. They got their own union just for voice actors. But I think the people that are working as voice actors, they've had to do this so much in the past to get their own shit made. I mean, Cowboy Bebop, that series had so many fucking production problems. The guy that voices Spike Spiegel, Steve Bloom, he had to work, I think, 3 other jobs in tandem with Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah.
Just to make some money. And the voice director, Mary Elizabeth McGlynn, had to go and voice another character. So she'd basically hit the recording button, go and voice her lines, hear them back and go, no, I'm going to do them again this time. Basically just bounce between that.
Yeah.
And your average recording session, something along the lines of 4 for each episode, or 4 for each sort of scene, like 4 hours.
Yeah.
Then if you're doing a really heavy thing, go up to 6 or 8 hours. So she's basically bouncing back and forth between roles for 4 hours. And I think that's still kind of continued on. People just go, well, we don't need to hire someone else in. I can do that anyway. So I'll do my lines, jump into the booth, let someone else do their lines. They can jump into the booth and let me do my lines.
Yeah.
I think that's where it helps that every single person that has their own studio or has directed or, has some kind of, ability outside of just voice acting.
Yeah, you should, if you want to take a look at it, I would say best example would be Colin Clickenbeard, who voices a lot of my favourite like female characters.
Yeah.
Her
She's Gohan as well.
Yeah, she's Luffy as well from One Piece.
Yeah, I don't care about that.
Yeah, nobody does.
I prefer
Sorry, One Piece fans, just suck it in. But they
they had another dub of One Piece, which I think was just much better because instead of, I think now it's Colleen Clinkenbeard voicing Luffy, Chris Sabat voicing Zoro, and a couple other people that I don't really remember. But in the original dub that I used to watch, I think it was on the original Toonami on Cartoon Network. It was the woman that voiced Kid Goku. She was Luffy. I think the voice fit a bit better. And it was the guy that voiced Guts playing Zoro. And again, it just fit a bit better. Now it's just Chris Sabat doing his Chris Sabat voice, but with a slight bit deeper on it.
Yeah. But watch her doing like voice acting and like directing herself for My Hero Academia, because they put out a lot of social media around that show.
Oh, she's Deku Midoriya?
No, she's Momo. She is a hero that's got the ability to create items from like the fat cells in her body.
Oh, right.
So like she has the great scenes of like her being like incredibly slim and sexy and like wearing really revealing clothes, and then just wolfing down pies because she needs more fat.
That's pretty cool, huh?
Which is great because her main character in Fairy Tail is Erza, who is a badass, like non-stop warrior, but also has a soft spot for like strawberry cakes. And it's like
there's always that weird thing in animes where there's the badass fighter that could decimate an entire country, but if you show them a parfait, they're gonna go to town.
Yeah. And the best fights always start when somebody knocks over or destroys one of her cakes. That tends to lead to shit going sideways very, very fast. But I was thinking about I was trying to remember who it was. It's a guy called Sonny Strait. Who,
cool.
Yep. He has been working with a group called Now Voice This, which is an anime like voiceover competition.
Yep.
And if you want to check it out, at Now Voice This on Twitter,
yep.
It seems like there's almost like a monthly competition at this point, and it results in you actually going to do voiceover work in some places. And he was talking about it's in partnership with Sentai Filmworks. I think that's who ends up with redubbing Neon Genesis Sentai.
Sentai Filmworks, didn't they? They worked with Jessica Nigri to do the Supersonico show, didn't they?
I think so.
Because the minute I hear Sentai Filmworks, I don't think, oh, this is an anime dubbing studio. I think Sentai, that's the Power Rangers.
Yeah.
I just think she's a Power Ranger now. I don't know.
I was going to say as well.
All I know is that if it's a new dub of Neon Genesis Evangelion, I know for a fact Bryce Papenbrook's going to be in there, Todd Habercorn's going to be in there, Christina V, she's going to get
Fucking
chucked in.
better be. Although the one
I
thing I
recently
noticed,
followed Christina V on Instagram.
yeah,
Damn.
damn son.
I mean, there's always that kind of, you could be a model look about her, but then you see her Instagram and just, oh, there you are doing it in Wonder Woman. Oh, God. She has a Wonder Woman costume.
I'll talk to you about Instagram in a minute, but the
Christina V, follow her. At Christina Vox on Instagram, just follow her. You will not be disappointed, and you'll just be following one of the best voice actors in the business right now.
I was going to say, did you see the news that Cowboy Bebop is getting a live action adaptation? Boy, I thought the Neon Genesis news was going to be the riskiest thing we ever heard of.
But do you know who wants to get it done though?
Who?
Keanu Reeves.
Ooh.
Keanu Reeves is Spike Spiegel. He loves Cowboy Bebop. He's the one trying to get it off the ground. And remember the last time someone tried to get something off the ground? We got Deadpool.
Yeah.
So I'm cool with it.
I'm never going to get Detective Pikachu.
I'm actually okay with
I'm
Detective
hyped.
Pikachu.
I really am. I don't know what it is.
Right.
I'm just looking at it. This is going to be so dumb and
This
so
is
fun.
going to be so fucking stupid. But the one
Cowboy
thing-
Bebop with Keanu Reeves.
Yeah.
Yes. If he's playing Spike Spiegel, yes,
Yeah,
we
I
will.
think he could get the swagger right. He could get the jokes right. And I think Spike Spiegel. The one thing I don't think I'd be down with is seeing Spike Spiegel's hair on Keanu Reeves. I think that would just be there'd be a disconnect.
I
But I think they could probably do something with it to update it a little bit.
Yeah, I think you don't have to keep. You do have to keep some things the same.
I think
but
they
I
need to keep
don't
the suit
think-
and the smoking.
Yeah.
And the kung fu and stuff.
Suit, smoking, the martial arts, and the
And
kind
the
of his
noir
weird
setting.
warrior codes thing that he's got going on. Jet, that was a weird one.
Yeah, Jet Black,
Don't know how you cast Jet.
great character. But they need to do it right. They need to have him.
Because you know somebody's looking at it going, I think Ron Perlman could play that. No.
No, stop it.
We stopped doing that a while ago. It stopped being funny. Fuck off.
Yeah.
The
For
Ed
me,
as
I
well.
think they need to. Yeah, I was about to say that they need to do Ed right and they need to do Faye right. But I know for a fact they're going to change certain things about both Faye and Ed just to kind of update it a bit. Again, don't really mind as long as they do it right. Because a lot of people, I mean, an example of that is when in the DC Titans show, remember the one that I told you about with the fuck Batman?
Yeah.
It's actually a really good show.
Is it earned it now?
It's actually earned it. I'm just thinking, right, they're doing something different and that thing different pays off.
Okay.
Yeah, it's surprising. Watch that. But a lot of the controversy around certain casting in that character, certain castings of characters in that show was the fact that they took Starfire, who was an alien, and made her black.
Right.
The actress who they've got to play Starfire in the show, she does it pretty damn well. The only thing that I would like to see more of is more of Starfire's weird way of talking.
Mm-hmm.
Because she would always have this weird way of saying, I think we should go and down to the towns and get the pizzas with the pepperonis on top. What do you say, chums?
Yeah.
I
And
just
that's just somebody who's a non-native English
Yeah,
speaker
it's someone-
because she's an alien.
Yeah.
And if you spend a lot of time with non-native English speakers, they don't make a lot of mistakes,
Yeah.
but the little mistakes they make, like, oh, okay, I can see
Yeah.
why you would make that.
Yeah.
I was thinking about like grammatical rules, and I might think about it more, but I was looking at it going, this is all bullshit. Like,
Yeah.
why do we do half of the shit we
Yeah.
do with words? Why do we say certain things in certain ways?
Yeah.
It's like, it's total bullshit.
That is complete horseshit. But yeah, incidentally, I think she's from the planet Tamaran.
Yeah.
The Tamaranians learn English or learn languages in the skankiest way possible.
Right.
They kiss someone and they learn the language. The longer they kiss, the more of that language that they learn. So if you want to learn all of Spanish, you just need to mac with some like Spanish professor if you're from the planet Tamaran. But yeah, a lot of
Could be
people
worse.
There's worse ways. It could be suppository.
Oh. Are you ready for your knowledge increase? No.
Plus 10 to dexterity.
Ooh, there's a wiggling finger for those of you just listening to this podcast. It's not nice.
Yeah, a lot of people were annoyed that Starfire was black. My response to that was, she's an alien. She's orange in the comic books.
Grow up.
Yeah, so
There are actual issues on the planet. This is not one of them.
shit matters. But yeah, I think in Cowboy Bebop, if they recast certain aspects of Faye and Ed, I'll be fine as long as ultimately they stick to that character and don't do a Death Note where they change L to a black character, which could have worked well, but then they make him an obsessive compulsive whiny little genius where
Elle was
meant
the only saving grace of that show, or the movie. I'm sorry.
he's still he's not Elle.
I know, but he's still the best thing in that movie.
Yeah, every 5 minutes she's going, I will beat you. He turns into General Zod. He's like, I will find you.
The one thing that has impressed me about this decision to do a Cowboy Bebop project in live action is it's a series, not a movie. Netflix are finally learning that lesson.
Yeah, because with Death Note and Bleach, it didn't go well.
I've not seen Bleach yet. I want to though. It looks like
It's
gonna be an
Japanese, so I
absolute
can
shit
tell it'll probably be better than Death Note. Death Note was just a bit too weird.
Did you see the Full Metal Alchemist one?
Yeah, there was a Fullmetal Alchemist one, but I haven't seen it.
I think we should watch that. I think we should watch that. Come back and be like, what did we do to
hold on.
ourselves?
You're saying that Elle was the best part of Death Note when you had Willem Dafoe? What the fuck is wrong with you? Willem Dafoe acting as an apple-eating god of death was great.
It was at the point where like it was being yelled about so much.
Yeah,
I just kind of tuned it out. I'm like,
I'll give you that. Yeah, that makes
idiots
sense.
have ruined a good performance.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
As per usual.
Yeah.
I was going to say the Instagram thing.
No, talking about Netflix, because I
Right.
want to say something. Netflix have recently had a bit of an aneurysm, I think, because they... I told you about Daredevil Season 3.
They've cancelled season 4, right?
They've cancelled Season 4, and as far as I know, I think the only continuing Marvel Netflix series are going to be Jessica Jones and Punisher. They're cancelling Daredevil after after 3 fucking great seasons, because that makes sense. And they've cancelled Iron Fist and Luke Cage, but they reckon that they're going to amalgamate those into one show and call it Heroes for Hire, which it would be fair, but I think they would have need to have done the legwork in separate shows before combining them.
Yeah. I think
Which is
ultimately
never
we'll
going to
see
happen.
all of them get cancelled. There's been a long thing running for a while now that Disney wants its own streaming service.
Yeah, I've heard about that.
I think that's where this is all going. All
Yeah,
these
could be.
Netflix things get cancelled. The deals just run out or they don't get renewed. Because it's not like they're saying we're cancelling it. It's we're not renewing it. We're not making another season.
Yeah.
Which is different from it's cancelled. Because it's cancelled could happen in the middle of the show, i.e. Roseanne.
Yeah.
And then you could have that happen where the show is just done. A lot of this stuff is actually being written as it's not being renewed, which means Disney's saying, nah, we're not going to go in for this one. We're going to take our licenses. And oh, by the way, coming next summer, Disney's new streaming service. Yeah, I think there's somebody out there trying to compete for that streaming money.
It makes sense, and if Disney want to... I think at this point it would probably just be cheaper for Disney to say, hey, Netflix, we own you now. Here's $25 billion. Fuck you.
We are the mouse.
The House of Mouse has sent the call to you. And the guy from Netflix is just sweating profusely, his hands shaking, looking at this net.
Never seen this many zeros.
He just turns to his friend and goes, the time has come. Pack your things, we are leaving. The House of Mouse has called, and Netflix shall answer. Aye.
The Instagram thing. Yeah, Instagram.
Yeah, let's do it.
One woman at a time is convincing me that I love Christmas. So I don't give a shit about Christmas. I used to love it when I was a kid. I don't like how commercialized it is. I don't like the fact that Sainsbury's shop that's next to my house had the fucking decorations up on November 1st.
Yeah, that's something that has pissed me off a lot recently. And not because it's over commercialized, or not because I hate Christmas. That's actually the opposite. I fucking love Christmas.
Yeah.
I love getting together with the family. I love getting, fat watching television. Like surrounded by my friends and family, surrounded by just, good vibes. I love that. I love that feeling. When people get their decorations out on my birthday on the 25th of November instead of, the 5th or the 10th of December, that makes me think that the novelty, not the novelty, that Christmas has just become a novelty. No one gets the reason why Christmas is so special to many people.
Yeah.
It just becomes this little thing, better get the Christmas tree out and act all festive. No. Think about why you want to put the Christmas tree up, not just go, well, everyone else has put them up on fucking 15th of November. Let's just put our Christmas tree up. Bugs the shit out of me, man.
But I mean, I abandoned the religious aspect of it decades ago.
Yeah.
The family aspect is the key component for me as well.
Yeah.
Love that fact we all get together in, just in one room, and it's like all the brothers. I mean, we do it regularly anyway, but the fact that we're all there, we're all just
the
sitting
entire
there.
family.
Big meal. The candles come out. That there's a difference between a warmth from a radiator to candles.
Yeah, definitely.
And you feel it on your face. I think there's something about that.
Yeah.
Just the whole mood changes.
Yeah.
And because we're a tight family unit, it's just a total riot. It's like a 2-hour like just joke session.
Yeah, I mean I think that's the same thing that happens to me because every Christmas the Skeletrix comes out because we play Skeletrix with my niece.
Yeah.
She cheats.
Little bitch.
Cow. No, if
We see you. We know you're doing it.
if she
Stop
loses,
it.
she just launches the car. But it's pretty funny. No, the Skeletrix comes out. We always bring a console downstairs. There's always some kind of fighting game tournament or some kind of. We'll play Mario Party or we'll play Mario Kart or something. It's just like you said. There's just that kind of warm feeling that you get. But when you see, they're selling advent calendars in November, you're just thinking this is just one big fucking sellout for most people.
Yeah.
They're just leeching on the kind of holiday vibes that people get.
And the thing is, if you know somebody who works in retail,
Yeah.
like my mum's worked in retail for the last 12 years, maybe. She hates it now. She loves Christmas so much, it's unreal.
Yeah.
Like the whole house just becomes like somebody threw a fucking Christmas bomb in there.
Yeah.
It's unreal. It's like a bath bomb of Christmas in our house.
Bath bomb of Christmas.
Yeah. Almost as much glitter. There's
As both of us are bearded men, glitter should pose as much of a problem to you as it does to me.
the number of people who say, "Are you going to wear beard glitter this year?"
You didn't get attacked
No.
by it though, did you?
I'm never going to wear beard glitter. It will take a serious, it'll be a case of them saying, "I will give $5,000 to a charity if you wear beard glitter." I went, right then, get me the fucking beard glitter then.
Yeah, if someone comes up to me and says, I will give that amount of money, I'd fine, I'd do it sign it on the dotted line. But I get attacked with, you know how you can get those envelopes and stuff that have the little, or you get the tubes that have the spring in them, they pop
Yeah.
the shit, the glitter on you. I got attacked with one of those last year, around about Christmas time.
Shit.
Went in to see some friends at uni, we'd done a Secret Santa thing. I got a Christmas jumper that had Batman stuff on it. I was like, this is cool. Incidentally, never wore it because my dog got hold of it.
Right.
It was a nice gesture, but Toby wanted something to play with. So
And Toby wants and Toby gets.
Toby's an angry little bastard, man. Little shit scares me. You look at him and he'll just go. He's just an angry little fuck. I avoid him. I'll talk to my dog that loves me. But yeah, he got a hold of the jumper. Didn't see it again. But I got this little tube that said, "Do not open until such a time." And then it was like, "Do not open until 1 o'clock." And I thought, all right, okay. So we're sitting down for lunch, and it was the kind of festive menu at the uni. And my friend who got me the present said, "I think it's time to open your tube." Right, okay. So I took the wrapping off and then went, "Oh, twist here." So it cracked it open and it just caught me with all the glitter, and it was pink, purple, and green glitter. And it just it was all matted into my beard. And they went, "Oh, you have to walk about like that for a week now." I went, "How?" I went, "Wash it off all you want. It's still going to stick in your beard." I was like, shit.
I'm now convinced at this point that
It's true that shit does not wash out, and I scrubbed like hell. I have beard
Yeah.
shampoo, beard oil. I was scrubbing like fucking hell to get this shit out. Didn't happen.
I'm now convinced of the fact that nobody actually likes glitter.
No one.
People either like it ironically or they're just being a cunt. There's no other way about it. They just want to mess up someone's day because
Yeah.
every time you hear somebody go, "I'll get this thing. It was nice, but it was covered in glitter and that made a mess of everything."
Yeah, the one thing I fucking hate with glitter is when someone hands you a birthday card or a Christmas card and it's just covered in glitter. Like someone hands you a birthday card, "Oh, this is for so and so. Go and sign it." You're like, "Oh, it's for shit. It's now on my hands. It's in my blood."
It's on my hand. The only reaction you can have is just to wipe it with the other hand,
Shoo.
and then it's on both hands, and there's somehow more of it than there was in the first place.
Yeah.
How the fuck?
Yes, they're like rabbits.
How did you do this?
That's when when I used to do Christmas cards for people
Yeah.
and I'd sign them out and they'd be like, "Oh, fuck, why do I have to get the glittery ones again?"
There's no, I don't like Christmas as just a commercial entity.
Yeah.
It drives people who work in retail insane.
Yeah.
It ruins a lot of like family time if you have somebody who works in that kind of retail industry and then they have to come back and they've just spent. I mean, the fact that there's Christmas songs playing
Yeah.
on a loop for 10 hours a day.
Yeah.
Can you imagine listening to the same couple like it? Because there's only so many
I think
Christmas
it's
songs.
8 or something Christmas songs just played in a continual loop because it'll be on store radio.
Yeah.
So they'll throw in some pop tunes, but it'll just be the same 8 fucking Christmas songs over and over again.
Do you know if it was any louder, it would probably be classed as torture?
Yeah.
And I listened to like so many people who just say they love Christmas and like that. And I'm like, yeah, I love those Christmas moments on Christmas Day.
Yeah.
I don't like that Christmas as a holiday starts 2 months beforehand.
Yeah. It's like Halloween's kind of gone that way now. You notice that Halloween is now no longer just a day. People do
Yeah.
the whole month.
It
They
depends
start
where
getting
Halloween
decorations and
falls
stuff.
because you get like the party If I mean, I
Yeah,
think
the
this
party
year,
never. October's just a party Halloween month.
yeah, I think this year Halloween was like a Wednesday, Thursday, something like that.
Yeah, it was something stupid. No, it was a Thursday.
It was a Thursday, so you had people out on Halloween partying. Friday, well, it's a Friday, we're gonna party
Yeah.
anyway. Saturday, well, Saturday, let's go Halloween
let's-
party again.
Let's go.
You had people having like 4-day Halloween session,
Yeah.
and then you would typically have the group like you would have like the works Halloween do the week before because everyone was going out with their friends on Halloween. So you'd have 2 weeks worth of like a whole 10 days of like let's just go get drunk and pretend we give a shit about Halloween.
Yeah, let's go and get drunk as sexy bumblebees or sexy horses or something. Sexy showers
I
because the
couldn't-
weirdest one that I seen. It was showers. The tap was at crotch level and the hot and cold taps were at nipple level.
For fuck's sake.
It would have been funny to see maybe from a distance, but seeing a guy wear that, no.
That's that is borderline. You go to jail.
Yeah, that's borderline. Step into the back of the van. Come with me, my friend.
Hey, excuse me, sir. There's a limit.
Yeah, just stop, sir. Stop. There are children.
I wanted to ask you about something that popped up recently in the last
Go for it.
24 hours.
Last
So
24 hours. So it's recent
yes,
as fuck.
we all love animals.
Yep.
You know that group of people who love animals just a bit too much, but also
Yeah.
feel like it's their duty to shotgun them in the head when there's too many of them.
Yeah, Peter
Yeah.
get oddly hypocritical that way.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind them having that stance. Not a bad stance.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense from a certain really objective, cold, logical way that I can get behind. But the fact that they don't talk about it pisses me off.
yeah.
That's where I'm like, you're a hypocritical son of a bitch.
They act like they don't do it.
Yeah, no, we don't have kill shelters. They don't exist. So about 24 hours ago,
Yeah.
their Twitter posted this thing saying, "Stop using anti-animal language."
Oh, is this to do with so many ways to skin a cat, beat a dead horse, that kind of bullshit?
Well, they didn't even go with the skin of the cat thing. Instead of kill two birds with one stone, feed two birds with one scone. Instead of be the guinea pig, be the test tube. Instead of beat a dead horse, feed a fed horse.
Feed a fed horse. Why would you feed a fed horse?
That's the point.
Feed a federal agent horse? Why would I feed federal agent horse? If they get federal agent money, they can buy their own fucking food.
Listen here, I just finished watching BoJack Horseman. Horse people are real. Bring home the bacon. Bring home the bagels.
No.
No,
Forrest Whitaker will be on at my door. I ain't having that
I
shit.
didn't even think of it. I just objected to it on the grounds that we would remove bacon from a sentence. That's
Yeah.
not okay. But yeah, bagels. Weird. Congratulations, episode 7 is now about bagels.
Fuck.
I hope you enjoy the pun I have to put in the title now.
We brought it back.
Take the bull by the horns, take the flower by the thorns. Now, the thing that pisses me off about this the most, as somebody who enjoys the English language,
Yeah.
is that these are all really good turns of phrase. This took someone some fucking effort.
Yeah, someone had to take an afternoon off to fucking write this shit up.
And after this was like a 2-week session of like this
This
is
was
like
just a brainstorming session.
they're all just sitting there like we need to change the way people talk casually about just things they want to do. And it's all like these little subtle things of like I get when somebody would say you can't say that. That offends me. That offends people of my heritage. That offends something about our history that I don't think you understand, you don't comprehend and take in as a person and realize how much you, with your words, hurt me as a person. That I can kind of get behind. I won't agree with every time that kind of thing is used.
Yeah.
When you're talking about animals, though,
Yeah.
we know most animals aren't sentient. Yes, they feel pain. We should be treating them humanely as we can. I don't think animals get hurt feelings the same way people get hurt feelings.
Yeah, you can't sue someone over, hurt feelings.
Yeah.
You can't sue
give it
someone
5
over
minutes.
hurt. No, you can't sue a human over injury to feelings. It's the dumbest part of defamation law. But you can't. An animal can't sue you for. I routinely call my dog a moron when he runs into the mirror or something like that. I go, "Who's a moron?"
Because he ran into a mirror.
Because
He
he ran
deserved
into
that.
a mirror. His eyes don't work.
I
But
saw
no,
this
that
and
dog
thought,
is never
nah.
going to turn around at me and go, "Dominic, it's time. You're getting sued."
Dominic, I need you to know that hurt my feelings.
That was unfair. Why do you sound like Morgan Freeman, Spud? Shut up.
Shut up, I'm going to go lick my own balls.
He doesn't have any.
Okay, now that's a case for a lawsuit.
we had to
Your
get,
Honor, he chopped my balls off.
sir, Exhibit A. There's nothing there. No, we had to get them both neutered because the two of them actually tried to kill each other. Like literally, we used to be able to just let them play fight in amongst each other.
Yeah.
But then the two of them would just, okay, the humans are gone. I'm going to try and rip your throat out now. So,
Okay, now it's go time.
yeah, and the vet just said, yeah, probably the best way to do that. Neuter them both. Testosterone will drop. They will become docile. It worked for about 3 years. Then Toby realised there's no dominant one here. I'm going to dominate everybody then.
No, you need a dominant animal.
That's why
in
we
a
should
pack.
have left one of them. But I didn't pay for it, so
Yeah.
I didn't. No one listened to me at the time. I just fed the dog, took him.
I'm just gonna say you're picking Toby here. you hate Toby, but also you would have picked Toby. You're like, that's the one that sheep is nuts.
Yeah, that was the one that should have got neutered. He's not my dog. So fuck.
All right, so you're throwing your. I'm assuming your brother has the other one, yeah.
Yeah, brother.
Yeah, so your
He
brother
takes
has
care of the
Toby.
other
So
dog.
you're like, yeah, your dog can get it.
Yeah, your dog can get neutered. Spud, he's fine.
Spuds keep me spuds.
Yeah, Spuds keep me Spuds. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, there we go. Going back to Christmas. Christmas in my house is going to consist of me playing the holy shit of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate because it arrives on Friday.
I'll say it drops on Friday.
Drops on Friday. I'm not going to get to play it until the 21st.
Shit.
2 whole weeks of abstinence from Super Smash Bros. Ultimate.
You thought November was hard.
Yeah. You thought Sober October was going to be hard on people, but yeah. It only really hit me on Tuesday. Today's Wednesday. It hit me yesterday. I was preparing dinner because occasionally I know how to cook. I make dinner for my family.
Yeah.
Made mince and ties. So
Nice.
fairly simple. It was fairly simple. It didn't take me more than 40 minutes to make the whole thing. But I was sitting mashing tatties, and my mum walked in and she was getting a cup of tea, and it just kind of hit me. She went, "What's wrong with you?" I went, I just realised something." All right, cool. What's up? I went, you know that game that I've been talking about for a while? And she went, "Aye, Super Smash something."
Yeah.
Yeah.
She gives you the mum answer.
Yeah,
It's almost the title.
It's
like
almost
80%
the title. It's
there.
like Super Smash something. It's the kind of answer that makes you think that if you didn't buy it, you might have got it for Christmas. If this conversation happened when you were a bit younger.
Yeah.
She knows exactly what you're talking about, but she's going to make you think she doesn't. But yeah, that game that you and your brother went, yeah, I'm not going to be able to play it for a while. And she went, "Why? Did you break the Switch or something?" I went, "No, I've got exams coming up." and my mum's exact response wasn't, "Oh, that's going to suck. But if you do the hard work, you're going to get good exam results." Her exam was.
That's a good point of like when you're in your 20s, like,
full on Nelson Munsed me.
mum just like goes in and it's like there's no fucking chill. There's at one point I think I made some remark about my mum was quite short and I'm quite tall,
Yeah.
so I get the tall shit off the shelf. And that's what I do. That's my obligation to the family. I do the heavy lifting. I get the tall shit, and that's what I do. And then I made some joke about mum being short, and your mum just goes straight mafioso on you. She leaned in and just like grabbed the cheek and went, "You would be so fucking smart when I smack you upside the face." I'm like, "Yeah, okay, fair point."
Yeah. Taken.
Thanks, mum.
Yeah. I know for a fact I'm just going to, as soon as I finish my exams, I think it's on the 21st my final exam is, I'm just going to go downstairs, set up the Switch and not move until Christmas.
Seems fair.
Yeah, I think I could, if I wanted to, if I was willing to, not put in as much work, I could finagle it so I do a day's revision, day's gaming. I could do it that way, but I know for a fact I'm going to justify it in my own head to think, you don't need to do revision that day. Why don't you go try and unlock more characters in Smash Ultimate? I know for a fact I'm going to have to bench it and just full tilt revision for the next 2 weeks.
Knowing how fanatical you are about this game, and
Yeah. How
knowing
long I've been
much-
waiting on.
how excited you are for this game.
Yeah,
Once you pop, you will not stop.
exactly.
Okay?
That's my exact thought.
You will Pringles can this game to oblivion, and you will throw your fucking education in the drain for
Yeah.
it. Because we all have that one thing where we're
Yeah.
like, I could just have a little. I'll just do a
Yeah.
little bit of this.
I just do a little bit of,
No, there is no,
No, there's no
there's
limit
no
for me.
middle ground on this one.
yeah. And the weird thing is, my brother's just gonna, because we both bought the Switch between us. He's just going.
Oh no!
He's going. You didn't have to do that. You can trust me. I won't play it in front of you. I went, yeah, but it's my game. You're not playing it before me.
Right.
That's not fair, dude. He starts trying to eco-bro me and stuff. And just, dude, that's not fair. That's not good for the Commonwealth of the House. It's going to make me resent you more than I already do. And I went, yeah, you're making a really, really good case for me just going, sure, play this game.
I would also just let him do it.
No, it's going to be, Because if I see him playing it, I'm just going to think, I could maybe play a match. It's going to be better for me if I just give it to the parents and say, right, put that away.
All right.
Don't give me it back until the 21st. Till the night of the 21st, do not give me it back.
It's different for everyone, but my revision techniques were that I would study like hell for like 3 or 4 hours, and I'd go do something else. I'd come back to it, and another 3 or 4 hours.
Yeah, I mean, I do that kind of thing as well, except just because I fucked around for a couple of weeks with the knee, and because it was my birthday and stuff, I can fucked around for a week. Now that I'm doing it, I'll do say 5 hours revision, then I'll jump on YouTube for say an hour, talk about watch a couple of Joe Rogan, or watch a Joe Rogan podcast, or I'll play something that I've already played before that I'm not going to spend a shit ton of time on.
Yeah.
So that's why I've not been playing. That's why I'm not going to play Smash, because I know for a fact it's just going to be like you said. Once I'm in, I'm fucking in.
Yeah.
I'm going to play until the controller breaks. But the good thing is, with the special edition I bought, I got a new one. Yay!
Oh, great.
Aye, it's just, I think it's going to be better for me.
You get one free one to smash into the wall when somebody beats you.
Get one free one to just break over their face.
See, when you get a free controller, how are we getting is it just Joy-Cons?
No, it's a GameCube controller.
Oh, right.
It's a special branded GameCube controller for the Switch.
Okay, that makes sense.
It's just basically a standard GameCube controller, but it's it's got the new Smash Bros logo on it, and you get a free. I say you get a free. The whole thing was £90, but you get the game. The way I see it, the game is 50. The adapter should usually be about 40, but you're getting that for 20. And then you're getting the controller for 20, so you're saving a bit of money.
All right.
But yeah, you're getting.
So you're getting an adapter for like a GameCube controller. So if you still got one lying around, you can just pop it in.
Which I have fucking plenty of.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Nintendo fans have a lot of other stuff.
Yeah.
It's just like a wall. This is the wall of controllers.
This is the wall. This is the wall of good controllers.
You know they're all the same, right? No,
this one's a different color.
That one, older, faded, because I use it too much. Right, wiggle stick's broken. Why'd you still have it?
Nostalgia. What the fuck is wrong with you?
I'm a Nintendo fan.
Yeah. No, most of the Nintendo fans that I know, if their C-stick is broken on any of the controllers, they have travel screwdrivers. They just unscrew the thing and just fix it on the spot.
You ever fixed a controller before?
It's fucking difficult. I had to fix
tricky.
a PS2 controller, talking about shitty PS2 controllers. When I first got mine, only about 6 years ago, I had to unscrew the thing because the R3, you'd click it up and it would just slide back down. There was nothing holding it in place.
Okay.
So you'd click it up and it would stay there for maybe about a second, then it would just fall down. I had to go in and fix the sort of toggle switches.
Yeah, because I got my Xbox One controller there that I repainted, so taking it apart was fun. There's so many tiny pieces in there.
There's more in the Xbox One controller than you think.
Yeah,
I still think the Xbox One controller is the best controller that we've had this year.
Yeah,
in recent years. I still need to get a new one though.
Yeah, I don't know what to do about like gaming right now because the PC's right there.
Yeah.
And it's getting a little bit used, and I'm kind of tempted to do some stuff with new games, but also Red Dead. So,
yeah,
I'm not that far into it. Like I want to talk about it in the podcast. I think it'd be really good. It's a lot of fun, but I'm not far enough into it. Although I have noticed that there was a glitch that we discovered. I said we discovered, but it was just found on the internet. End of chapter 2, you have to get to a certain save point. You can't just assume that you're at a save point. Or you lose the
so there's no
autosave.
There's no autosave, or
there is an autosave.
Right.
But it doesn't when you cancel when you're in the middle of a mission. If you leave the mission, it cancels and puts you back to the start.
Right.
You can't you can autosave in mission, but you can't autosave and then turn off and then come back.
I get you.
That was a lesson harshly learned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That happened. I was playing before the sort of revision timetable kicked in. I was playing Breath of the Wild. I got the DLC for my birthday, and part of the DLC is you get a thing called the Trial of the Sword, which is all to do with the fact that when you pull out the Master Sword from the Korok Forest, it's not at its true power. So the DLC allows you to go and do all 50 odd levels.
As I say, there's temples, isn't there?
Yeah, it's like it's not really temples. I mean, your typical Zelda setup is you do the initial stuff that allows you to get into the first sort of big area.
Mm-hmm.
Then when you get to the first big area, there's 7 more temples that you need to go to before you get to the final area. They kind of flipped the script in Breath of the Wild. Instead of being sort of temples, you'd go out basically into the world, and through sort of conversations with people, you'd find out, right, this is where you need to go. You talk to this person, they're going to give you access to the big main sort of temple. Then you're going to fight the beast there, and along the way you can do shrines.
Yeah,
and there'll be sort of little puzzles that you need to do in there.
I've always been fascinated by the shrines because as much as like the
I got 120 of those bastards twice.
Oh no, that's too much.
I got it on the Wii U before I put the Wii U away. And the Wii U was put in behind so much other shit. I just thought, fuck it. At this point, it's going to save me a lot of time if I just go and buy another copy. So I bought it for the Switch, and then. But no, I think I was always going to get it on the Switch because I don't think you can get the DLC on the Wii U.
Yeah,
which I think is a weird thing to do.
Isn't the Switch got a better version of it as well?
Yeah. Like higher.
There's no way that the Wii U has the same version as the Switch.
No.
It's a different beast.
Same game relatively, but I think the Switch version is just a couple.
It's like when they Destiny 1 on Xbox 360. If you played that game, it was good. It was okay. You put it on the Xbox One, you're like, wow, like this is it's a whole other thing. There's stuff that moves in that game, like on your gun in the Xbox One that isn't there on the PlayStation 3 or Xbox 360. It's unreal. There's like spinning chambers on like parts of the gun that are like not kind of leaking or oozing, but there's like light coming out of it. Just isn't there on the Xbox 360 version. It's hilarious. So I can't believe people played this version of the game at all when the Xbox One was available right there.
I think it was more the case of, I think it's the same with Breath of the Wild. The reason why the other versions were there is because people just couldn't afford it, or couldn't afford the new console to play it on.
Yeah, that's fair. It's a console and a game, which is now hundreds of pounds. Yeah,
it's pretty bad. But in Breath of the Wild, you do the sword trial, and you do the first 12 levels. That's the sort of beginner trials. I should also mention that at the start of these trials, you get all your armor taken off you get all your weapons taken off you get all your healing items taken off you.
It's to prove that you are worthy of it.
It's to prove that you're worthy. First set of missions, easy done. Second set of missions, a bit of a challenge, but you really need to get used to some of the more nuanced methods of playing the game. There's an ability called shield deflection, where somebody's firing a beam at you because there's these guardian robots that are made from sort of ancient technology, but they're stupidly powerful and fire these one-hit beams at you.
I think I've seen some of these in like Twitch playthroughs.
Like pretty cool, like spider creature things.
Yeah,
they fire one-hit kill death beams at you, and you have to, with a metal shield only. If you do this with a wooden shield, you will catch fire.
That's hilarious. I like that.
Yeah, I found that the hard way. I was just like, I can hit this thing. Oh wait, wooden shield, crappy wooden shield.
That's fair. I deserve this.
Yeah, I've lost.
I'll put my arm out.
I've lost 8 hearts. I deserve this pain. But if you've got a metal shield, you can bounce the beam back at them. You need to get expert level good at that to do it in I think it's the middle trial.
Right.
But then you get to the master trials, which is obviously the same thing. You get all your weapons, healing items, armors and stuff taken off you. You should also mention that you get armor throughout the trials, just because they say you're going to need some help.
Yeah.
But in the master trial, you start off the first mission. There's lightning just crashing all around you, and if you pick up a metal weapon, you become a lightning rod.
Okay.
And if you hit, I think some of the harder enemies, if you hit them with a wooden weapon, it does nothing. So you really need the metal weapons. But all around you, there's fucking lightning crashing, and it's just a fucking nightmare to get through.
I don't know how you're supposed to beat that. I'm assuming there's some trick.
I found out how you beat it. You basically wait for the lightning to strike, hold your weapon as if you're about to chuck it, then just throw it at them, and the lightning will follow the spear.
Okay.
So you basically just huck lightning rods at people. It destroys the weapon, but most of the weapons...
It destroys the enemy as well.
It kills the enemy, and because it hits in arcs.
Okay.
It kind of creates... Because it's raining as well. So it hits the water and just arcs out. You can kill if you do it right, you can kill about 5 to 6 enemies in one hit.
Do you know the name of that trial? Say Master Trial, and then just Lightning Room, maybe? I won't watch that. I want to see.
No, just if you go on YouTube and type in Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild Master Sword or Trial of the Sword, and it'll come up with that, and just watch the full thing. It's pretty cool.
Should be worth a watch.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. It's aneurysm inducing at some points because you're just thinking, right,
there's the player, it's not fun.
Yeah, there's 8 people following me and I have to beat them with a tree branch. How the fuck do I do this? At that point you realise they don't take your Sheikah slate off you, and if you use your Sheikah slate you can just drop bombs.
Okay.
So I just started hucking bombs left, right and centre, just throw them, blow up, throw them, blow up.
I was browsing Reddit last night, and I'm a big fan of the Dark Souls games, and somebody was stuck on it's called the Watcher's boss, which is multiple swordsmen coming out to attack you, and most of them can kill you
What
in
Dark
like
Souls
3
games
hits.
is?
3.
3. Right.
And most of them can kill you in about 3 or 4 hits, depending on how you like spec out your character. A streamer fought them for 8 hours.
Jesus.
They're not a bad boss. They are a very frustrating boss, especially your first time playing through. Once you've got to learn how they move, and they fight each other sometimes as they fight you.
Yeah.
Just
As in they
depending
can
on
hit each other,
location.
or
They're trying to kill each other.
oh,
They actually take each other's health off, and you
cool.
can actually play them against each other. Where if you get them stuck in the same corner, they will actually there's always a prime watcher and then 2 subordinates.
Right.
I think the most you get to is like 3, but you can kill the subordinates with like a couple hits. But then the main guy takes like forever to beat down. But you can have them hit him, and if they like push their special attacks, and like if they accidentally hit him, they hit like trucks as well.
Right.
So you can try
Just
and
turn
like
them against
position each other and like position yourself. It's a fucking nightmare. It's easier if you just go and beat the shit out of the little ones, beat the shit out of the main guy, and then just dodge.
Yeah.
Just keep rolling around. But an 8-hour live stream.
Fuck that.
Not helped by his chat, who were like, I never understand why people have this text to speech.
Yeah.
Never turn that
Fucking
on
hell,
a stream.
The only time I've seen that was when I think Lindsay Elise tried it for a while, and I think the reason was it Lindsay Elise? It was a cosplayer anyway,
Yeah.
and I think she tried that for this cosplayer, whoever it is. The name escapes me. She was blonde. Could be one of any fucking. I think she's English.
Nah, I'm
Fucking
sorry.
name
It's a
escape.
very long
Because
ass
she was on Phil DeFranco show
right.
quite a bit, but fucking doesn't matter. She tried text to speech for a bit, and it was just boobies every 10 minutes. Just here's $10. Show me the tits.
That's charitable compared to what I've seen. I've seen some proper, like full on, just like Nazi hate speech being like broadcast through those things, and it actually almost got. There's a YouTube or Twitch streamer called Ice Poseidon. Dude live streams as he walks around. Like his stream is just like IRL.
All right, yeah.
So you just do whatever you want, and he just wandered around, and he'll have his phone, and he'll just like be broadcasting himself from his phone, reading chat and stuff, and he put his like text to speech on for donations, and people will throw hundreds of pounds at you to just like spam the N-word from your phone while you're walking around, and you just walk around and go, oh no, like he walks into like the wrong, like he walks into a restaurant and it's just screaming the N-word in the robot voice, and you're like, dude, turn that shit off.
It's far too risky. It's too easy to piss off so many people. I just turn it off.
But the IRL thing, like, it doesn't make sense in the confines of like streaming from your house.
Yeah.
It really doesn't make sense when you're out walking about in public. Like, there's dangerous, frankly. But that Ice Percent guy, like, every week he was caught up in some fucking horrific issue or some mistake that he made, or like somebody like smoking weed in his stream or something like that, or he'd get banned constantly. It's ridiculous. His live streams were a complete shit show. And the fact that people knew it was going to be a shit show, many people showed up just to see and cause havoc. It's nuts.
Yeah, fuck.
Wasn't fun to watch.
I can imagine it wouldn't be. Speaking of causing havoc,
Yes.
Tumblr. We're getting onto Tumblr.
Rip Cumbler.
Yeah, rip.
That's the best one I've seen so far. Rip Cumbler.
Just gone down the drain. I mean, for one thing, I can say that the proper artists that just want to do safer work things, they finally have a platform to do it without, having to have their art be sifted through layers upon layers of NSFW content. Just
I've
to get
heard
to
that
there.
it's not going to ban pornographic drawings. You're only going to draw the line at actual images of genitals, and because it's Tumblr, because they're trying to be PC about the whole thing, they're banning female presenting nipples. So if you're a woman or you're transgender and present as a woman, your nipples are banned. Dude, nipples, fly them free.
Dude, nipples.
It's Instagram rules.
Ah, fuck.
I have no idea where these people get this idea from, why they think it's going to work. It's not.
No, it's ruined.
It's just.
Have you heard the rumor flying about as to why they're cleaning up Tumblr?
It was child porn.
Child porn, and I heard they were getting bought over by Apple, and Apple just saying you need to clean this shit out.
I had
the main
seen
one
that they
I have
were
heard.
banned from the Apple App Store.
Yeah,
because of the child pornography.
yeah,
And then because of that, like that happened like a month ago.
yeah.
And then because of that, they've been reviewing it. And here's where it's going to get bad, and you know it's going to get bad. you can't have. It's all going to be done by AI.
Oh,
AI
okay.
is going to screen the content for
Yeah.
nudity.
Algorithms.
Yeah, that always works out so well.
Yeah, YouTube.
Oh boy. But apparently it's already having fuck ups.
I can imagine. Apparently, it's banning just regular content. People that are posting pictures of their cat are just going, nope.
It's banning Garfield. Garfield is pornographic.
Jesus.
I mean, he's thick, but is he that thick? Like, is it pornographically thick? So, he's apparently he's popping up regularly on like flagged content lists.
Jesus.
Not entirely sure how. Like, maybe there's like a pornographic artist out there under the like pseudonym Garfield.
Pseudonym Garfield. Maybe. I mean, there's weirder things. The most recent thing that I've seen come out of Tumblr. This is, I don't know if it arose out of the sort of the Thanos purge,
Right.
of Tumblr, as it's been called. It's been called the Thanos Purge 2. Tumblr's fucked up. The one that I've seen was it was to do with the fuck's the name? Godzilla King of the Monsters, the movie that's coming out next year sometime.
Okay.
I think the toy company NECA released sort of models of, right, this is what Godzilla's going to look like in the movie. This is what Ghidorah's going to look like in the movie. This is what Destroyer's going to look like in the movie. This is what Mothra's going to look like in the movie.
Yeah.
And people are going, holy shit, they all look fucking great. The number one comment on all the Mothra-related pictures was, why the fuck did they make Mothra so goddamn sexy? Hashtag moth thighs. People want to fuck Mothra. Right, Mothra, as the name suggests, is a giant fucking moth. Why do you want to stick pee-pee in moth?
I mean,
I know Jessica Negri
yeah,
dressed
she
up as a moth.
cosplayed. Jessica Negri cosplaying a moth probably didn't help matters.
Yeah.
But I'm not entirely sure. We're like that. Just
fucking no.
if you follow the animemes community, it's let's just fuck everything.
Yeah.
With put everything in everything. and
Rule
just
34.
Rule
Just
34.
rampant.
I think we went too far with it, but we'll see.
Yeah.
I
I think
mean,
we've went too far with the internet. I think we need to just hit the reset button on the internet and just start over.
let's just go back to blogs. Just words, blogs. Let's see if
No,
we can
let's
use
not
a
go back
word.
with blogs. Because blogs are where the bad things happened.
But the Tumblr situation
But
now,
Donald Trump had a blog.
really.
I bet he did.
I was gonna say I thought you knew that. You were like, did you know? I didn't realize you were like just putting it out there as an
It's
idea.
just Donald Trump had a blog.
I'd read the fuck out of that. Have you read his Twitter? It's a fucking nightmare.
Yeah.
Although I did see a good one about the Trump team's Twitter. Rudy Giuliani, who's one of his chief lawyers,
Yeah.
the former mayor of New York, accidentally created a hyperlink with a typo. So it was supposed to be, he was talking about the fact Trump is leaving. I think he was trying to point out the fact that isn't it suspicious that Mueller's investigation releases new information just as Trump leaves to go to the G20? Full stop.
Yeah.
Twitter automatically assumes that if you put like word, full stop, a couple things, that it's a hyperlink.
Yeah.
Because you don't need to do .com anymore. It can be anything. So it would bit.ly, bit.ly. So it just has to be like word dot thing.
Yeah.
Rudy Giuliani's thing of G20 dot IT was now bought over by some guy, made into a website that just says Donald Trump is a traitor to our country. And I was like, you see Rudy Giuliani, he sent out a tweet. Well, there's a link. Let's click the link. Millions of hits.
Can't imagine.
Fucking geniuses.
I want to see Trump's because Trump always has to weigh in on problems our side. I want to see his response to Brexit potentially getting swept under the carpet again.
Well, the thing about about like how Trump always has to like mouth off about stuff.
Yeah.
Giuliani mouthed off about the fact that like within an hour somebody made a website. I'm like, I don't think you understand how fast the internet works.
Yeah.
Somebody sees something, goes bang idea and just does it.
Yeah.
Especially when you're talking about like a thing like in an internet domain, you can think about it, do it, and buy it in seconds, and then flesh it out afterwards. All he had to do was just say Donald Trump is a traitor. That takes a couple seconds at most. It is literally Donald Trump is a traitor to our country on white text on a like grey background. That is like 30 seconds work at best.
Yeah. It doesn't take them a long time to get shit like that out there.
Giuliani thinks this is a conspiracy.
Jesus Christ.
Old man. Old man needs to stop.
Yeah, just calm the hell down. It's not everything's a conspiracy theory. Oh, dude, talking about conspiracy theories,
Yeah.
genuinely concerned that my dad needs to get some kind of tinfoil hat.
Right.
He thinks that the the people that installed our Virgin Media, they put in this little thing that is standard on every Virgin Media modem.
Right.
It's a surge protector. It's a little thing. You can probably look in the back of your modem at some point. There's a
I've got mine there. See, it's a little white box
little white box.
next to all the Amazon trash. Christmas is being provided by Amazon this year.
Ah, right.
That's our little surge protector for
Yeah.
the router.
Yeah, well, I think we got one of the newer ones. It's this kind of black box thing, and on the back of it, it's just this little panel thing that stops it if, in the event that there's a power cut, stops the surge blown back. My dad was convinced, I mean fucking convinced, that this was Virgin Media who'd been subcontracted by the government to listen to my dad because my dad put out a couple of anti-Conservative Party fucking Facebook posts.
You gotta understand, if you're not from the UK right now, everyone is anti-conservative.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the Conservative Party themselves even
They
have
are.
a couple
They're
of...
having a civil war right now
Yeah.
over Brexit.
Half of them fucking left a couple of weeks ago.
If the government's gonna follow everyone that's anti-conservative right now, they need a new wave of migrants, so we have more people to follow the people who are already here.
Yeah.
That's how fucked up the government is
Yeah.
right now for the UK.
Our conspiracy theories are just running rampant in the Anderson household. And every so often I have to just stand in and go, it's not fucking possible. How is that happening? The latest one is to do with the rugby. My dad is, so set against immigrant players.
Right.
And he's saying, teams like England, teams like Ireland, why should they have all these immigrant players? It would be nice to see what happened if we stepped in and took all the immigrant players away from them. And I said, Dad, Scotland wouldn't have a fucking team if it wasn't for the immigrant players. And he went, he mentioned one player by name, Tommy Seymour, good Scottish player. I went, Dad, the guy's from Texas. No, sorry, the guy's from Tennessee. The guy's from America. And then he mentioned another one. He went, what about current prop for Edinburgh Rugby and no, not prop. He used to play for Edinburgh Rugby. He now plays for Leicester down in England. Plays number 8. And he went, David Denton, fantastic Scottish player. And I went, Dad, he's from Zimbabwe. You need to stop.
You don't have a winning horse in this race, I'm sorry.
Then there was another one who went, Nico Matawalu. I went, Dad, the guy's name's Nico. He's not Scottish.
Second name Matawali.
Matawalu, he's not Scottish. He's a small black man. He's not Scottish. You've heard them talk. It's not a fucking Glasgow accent. He just plays for the Warriors. It doesn't fucking count.
That's like David, you go, you want to meet your mate Nico Matawali? All right, sure.
What part of Glasgow's he from?
All right, lads, who's gone?
That's not the voice I expected.
All right, Nico, how's it going? Aye, name's Matawali for the Galashiels Matawalis. Pleasure to meet your acquaintance.
You're from the Hoik Matawalus. It's nice to meet you, man. We never get in touch with the Hoik Matawalus anymore.
Cousin.
Brother. Fuck. I've had a bit of an axe to grind over the past couple of weeks. We haven't podcasted, so I need to talk about this shit. I need to vent a little bit.
Crazy conspiracy theories are always fun.
It's pretty fun. And I've been listening to a lot of Joe Rogan, a lot of the fight companions.
Yeah.
And just watching them, they'll talk about something, then they'll just kind of, particularly the fight companions with Brendan Schaub and Eddie Bravo.
Eddie Bravo.
Occasionally they'll rile up Eddie Bravo.
Yeah.
Like they'll put him in a cage and they'll just shake the cage, and every so often they'll just casually, bit by bit, lift up the latch. Then they'll just bolt the door open and just go, Eddie, talk about climate change, talk about dinosaurs. Then they'll just go,
it's all fucking moon people's fault.
They faked 6 moon landings, Joe. If I hear Eddie Bravo say that one more fucking time, I'd say I'd kick his ass, but the guy's a fucking...
He's a black belt in jiu-jitsu.
No,
and he runs a
third
dojo.
Dan or something like that in jiu-jitsu. The guy's fucking high up there. He'd kick my ass without even blinking.
I really wanted to see... There was the Alex Jones controversy of him being deplatformed.
Yeah.
I've never... outside of like the meme clips of like chemicals turning the freaking frogs gay, haven't actually...
Turning the frogs gay.
You've not seen that clip?
I have not.
No, it's literally he thinks that there was a leach of chemicals out in the water.
Are we still talking about Eddie Bravo?
No, Alex Jones.
Alex Jones, yeah.
He was concerned that the amount of like chemicals in the water was actually turning frogs gay. Okay. And it is him screaming, battering paper off the desk, screaming they're releasing chemicals in the water that turn the freaking frogs gay. It's one that was like his classic, like the all-time greats.
Yeah. Didn't he even admit? And I think he was taken to court over something, or he was in court about something that
he was in
Alex
court
Jones was just a character.
He was in court for custody of his kids because he's divorcing his wife, and his
Yeah.
wife's like, well, I can't leave him. Have you seen his show?
Yeah.
Look at this. And it's him being like, destroy the child. Like
Yeah.
his weird Hillary Clinton impressions
Yeah.
that they're all secretly Satanists, and they're all, not only that they're Satanists, but they're possessed by demons. And
Yeah.
that he would just like go on rants for like 40, 50 minutes or whatever about the weirdly specific details that, I mean, yeah, that might be true, but you also can't say that the President of the United States smells of sulfur. You can't get away with that shit.
I can imagine Donald Trump would smell a bit like sulfur. You
No,
imagine
this
that?
is Obama and Hillary. Apparently,
yeah.
they smell of sulfur
Fair enough.
from insider sources that he has.
That clearly makes them lizard people.
But don't get him fucking started on lizard people. I want to see him speak. So I'm like, well, if anyone's going to get anything out of him, Joe Rogan could,
Yeah,
because
Joe
they're
Rogan.
friends. They
Yeah.
know each other like
tight.
off camera when they'll chat when the cameras are off.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, if anyone can get it out of him, it'd be Joe Rogan. He's made one appearance in the podcast, and it was with Eddie Bravo in the room.
Oh fuck.
It was
You have to
the
believe.
biggest shit show.
You have to believe Joe Rogan planned that.
I
Joe
know
Rogan
it was
just thought,
definitely set up, but it was a
Yeah.
total mistake. Honestly, Joe and Alex would have been fine throwing Eddie Bravo in there, because you'd have Alex Jones go off on a conspiracy, and then Eddie Bravo go, but what about this conspiracy? And you got nothing out of that. It was
Yeah.
2.5 hours wasted. It was.
Yeah.
Do you remember? I said Sober October. Do you remember when at the finale episode they had all four of them in the room?
yeah, they had
getting-
Ari, Bert, Tom, and Joe all in the one room.
All four of them hammered as fuck.
Yeah.
It starts off at a reasonable place, and then it's just like 3 hours of just people getting drunker, and Joe Rogan just sucking Ari Shafir's dick for like 3 hours constant. I'm like,
Yeah.
get a room.
Yeah. You just think. Yeah. I like that episode because I actually just watched it recently when I was doing my Legend of Zelda. When I was playing that, I went back
Yeah.
and
It's fun though.
Yeah.
But the thing is, it's a complete shit show.
yeah.
Ima-
Definitely. It just hits
imagine
fever
that
pitch
level of
levels of
shit
just
show.
shit.
Take that level of shit show and then make it an argument.
Yeah.
That's the episode with Alex Jones and Eddie Bravo.
Yeah, that's the thing about Eddie Bravo. Eddie Bravo is a smart guy when it comes to combat.
Yeah.
I don't think, right, nothing against the guy, Eddie Bravo. Pretty cool dude as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
I just, I think it comes to conspiracy theories, he's too emotional, not enough logical. He just says things that he sees on YouTube and just thinks this is what it is verbatim
Yeah.
because he's seen it on the internet and he's not
I've
willing to
seen
do.
how many times you hear a conspiracy theorist say, I've seen the footage.
Yeah, I've seen the footage. I went on YouTube, or every time Eddie Bravo starts a conspiracy topic, it's always pull up the YouTube video of the guy explaining why the Earth is flat, and his fucking excuse for why he does this all the time pisses me off. He just goes, "Oh, it's funny. It doesn't hurt people. It's funny." And my reasoning behind it is the same reason behind why Joe Rogan doesn't like letting him talk about this shit. It's because they're impressionable, dumb motherfuckers out there who
Yeah.
would just think, "Oh, if Eddie Bravo believes it,
Yeah.
it must be true." And then you're just sitting thinking, no, fucking can't be possible. Take, for example, the guy, the flat earther that said, I am offering $100,000 to anyone
Yeah.
who can prove to me that the earth is round.
Yeah.
He instantly regretted it.
I just saw today on Reddit. A guy has proven him wrong for the third time since the challenge has been released.
$300,000 out of pocket.
And
I
don't
hope he
think
at least pays up for his fucking stupidity.
I don't think they've received a penny. I'm gonna just guess.
Cool.
But there's been a lot of like those guests that are just like sort of conspiracies, and we just seem to never ask these people, like flat earthers, what does it profit the man, the Illuminati, whoever's doing it,
The government.
the people who know all the
Yeah,
secrets.
the people pulling the strings. What does it benefit them?
How do they profit from that?
Yeah.
And the answer is always just control, man, control.
Yeah. But how
I
do they
don't think we'd lose our shit if the Earth was flat.
Yeah.
I think we just go, okay, the Earth is flat now.
It's
I
not like
give
it's
a
gonna,
fuck.
It's not like it's going to literally compress our view. We're still going to be seeing things the same way. If people go, "Oh, cool, the Earth is flat," nothing's going to happen.
There's no for some reason I'm really specific with the flat Earth one. I don't see how you make money from that.
No.
I could see let's say climate change is a hoax.
Yeah.
There's a way you can make money off of that. You take the money out of the oil industry, which is killing the planet. You shift it to green energy. Like Al Gore's the first green billionaire. All he has to do is just have money in the right place, the right companies. People start chucking money at those companies. He makes money.
Yeah.
That makes sense. You can see how someone goes from A
You
to
can
B
see the connect. You can
and
see
just
the,
grabs a bunch of money along the way.
You can see it as the legal term. You can see the causal link between him proving that this shit's bad to green energy to him profiting. You can
Yeah.
see the maths working. But no
Who
one
gives a fuck if the Earth is flat?
no one, the way I see it, no one profits from the flat Earth.
Yeah.
No one profits from the dinosaurs being fake.
Yeah.
Well, if the dinosaurs are fake, it just discredits a whole of the paleontologists. No one has to pay for a fucking museum anyway. You get to see the shit for free.
Yeah. You already paid for it. It's called taxes.
And what the fuck's the interviews a paleontologist, a paleo monitor, on one of the shows. I think
Oh, is
Alex.
Is it the top of Joe Rogan? Yeah.
Yeah, Joe Rogan. Alex something. I think the guy's name is.
It's the guy who got me into what's his name? It's Geeky Tees or Geeky Hoodies or something like that.
Mm.
It's like geek themed American sports shirts.
Yeah, because he's wearing a Cthulhu one in the episode.
Yeah, so cool. I fucking
Yeah.
want that one, but I can't get it because it's out of stock.
Yeah.
And they rotate them every couple months.
It's pretty weird.
Like, I want that now.
His episode when he basically just
There's
Here.
a half-hour clip that you can just watch,
Yeah.
and it's perfect.
the video, because Joe Rogan deliberately just trying to poke him, like provoke him into this shit.
That's the clip that actually got me into Joe Rogan.
Yeah,
I just fell into this thing of like debates and conspiracy
Yeah.
theory, like debating conspiracy theorists.
Yeah.
And just watching people tear them to shreds. And then there was just this one thing I'd always heard of the Joe Rogan show,
yeah.
but then or the Joe Rogan Experience, and then saw this clip. I was like, okay, I'll just watch it. It's only half an hour. Bang.
Yeah, why not? Let's do this.
Sucked
Into that rabbit hole. But no, the episode with this the paleo monitor, and his name is Alex something.
If only we had several
Yeah.
devices in this room that could be used to Google
Yeah.
such important
Yeah,
information.
Google it, find out the guy's name, because I want people to listen to this episode. Because the episode starts off, he has a really good conversation with Joe. These guys are really, really good friends, and they just kind of go back and forth on certain things. And then he listens to the dinosaurs are fake video, and it's not that he violently tears apart the video. I don't think there's a word to describe the level of violence that he uses to tear apart this video.
Okay, paleontologist Trevor Vale.
Trevor Vale, I knew his last name was Vale,
Yeah.
but really smart guy, has some really, really, good points to
He
make.
knows his shit.
paleontology.
He
knows
also
his
has
shit.
a green beard,
Very
which
good.
is what initially throws you off. You're like, wait, we're
Yeah.
going to listen to this guy about
Yeah.
dinosaurs? No, dude knows his
He's,
shit.
he's sitting, drinking tins of beer throughout the whole thing. Yeah, he's pretty. He's not the level of sort of intelligence that he goes into. You don't really expect at first glance.
Yeah.
but that goes a long way to not reading not judging the book by the cover.
And if you learn anything outside of don't be a dick from us,
Yeah,
don't judge a book by its cover.
yeah, definitely.
Do we
dodge
have
people.
time for a quick technical break? I need to take a piss.
Yeah, me too. I need to stretch up my right knee because
Yeah.
it's. I've been sitting at an odd angle, and if I stretch,
I did see you adjusting, and that's what made me think we need to take a break.
Yeah, I need to readjust.
Right then, technical music. Alright, so we are back after a technical interlude and a quick rearranging of my couch.
Yeah.
Uh,
If you were to be in the room right now, it looks like there's a therapy session about to happen.
So, Dom, we need to really talk about your smoking habits.
No.
I need the 30 a day.
I think at this point, if I was to start smoking, it'd be marijuana, because I've heard a lot of medical benefits for someone who has the kind of shit that I do.
I want
Apparently it helps with migraines, apparently it helps with IBS,
Yeah.
joints.
I don't know if
I had joints help with joints problems.
never thought of that one.
Twiddle my mustache.
I've never tried it, and I don't think I want to try and be like the weed tourist. Like the
No.
idea of being a Scottish person who goes to Amsterdam and get high, like
No,
that's acceptable. Maybe when you're 18.
Yeah, I know a lot of people who do that well into their 40s, and it's not cool on them. I
Yeah,
don't think I'd ever. I mean, I used to smoke cigars every now and again.
Yeah.
I still do that occasionally.
I got some cigars sitting next door.
If it's if it's a sort of big key event, a wedding, that kind of shit, I'll bust out a couple of cigars. But I'll never smoke cigarettes, and I'll probably never smoke weed.
Yeah.
It has no allure apart from medical.
I'm of the opinion of why the fuck not? Give it a go.
Yeah.
Although apparently they've tried to legalize marijuana in the US. It's been passed state by state, and I think we're up to like 19 states at this point.
Yeah.
Washington, the state in the West, is pushing for legalizing mushrooms.
Okay.
That's going to get interesting fast.
Yeah.
You think Portland was weird before? Holy shit.
Yeah. Imagine where Portland has legal weed and legal mushrooms.
All I'm going to say about it, the whole thing is just follow the same rules as alcohol.
Yeah.
Don't do it during work.
Yeah.
Don't do it during driving. Don't be a dick.
There's gonna be, don't be a dick. There's going to be some moron that's just thinking, well, it's legal, so I had a joint in the car on the way home from work. It's not my fault I crashed into a bus.
You want to get high when you're just hanging out in your garden on a Saturday afternoon?
Yeah.
Why the fuck not?
Yeah.
You want to get high while driving a HGV? Get out the fucking HGV and go fire yourself.
If you're talking to some clients and you think, oh, excuse me, I'm going to go have a joint, and then come back in to a room full of business people and expect to purvey your point effectively, don't smoke a joint. It's not going to go well for you.
You wait until you finish the work and then you go have fun.
Yeah, end of the day, then you have your smoke. Don't do it sort of midway through the big budget meeting. Just go, oh guys, I was going to talk about this, but now I just really want Doritos. Stop talking about money and bring me the Doritos.
I actually went to a Subway today and didn't realize they make their nachos with Doritos.
Yeah, just lightly salted Doritos.
She just straight up opened the bag, poured it in.
Yeah.
Man. I was like, okay, that's how we make nachos now.
I haven't had Subway in years. Subway's yet another thing that my stupid old man stomach can't tolerate anymore.
I just go in and go, can I get the spicy Italian, please?
Yeah.
Can you put the very spicy sauce on top of all the jalapenos, please?
Yeah.
I'm a bad person. You should have seen the chili I made. I actually think it would have hurt you to walk in the room
Just
at the same time as I just had this in my hand.
my eyes stopped bleeding immediately.
I had chilies, jalapenos, habanero peppers, and it escalated all the way up to including ghost peppers.
Jesus, dude.
I gave a bowl of it to my brother. I was like, here, have a go. He's like, dude, that was amazing.
Here, try this. Next thing you know, it's like the cartoon sketch when his head becomes a lit match. It's just, fuck.
I go for the classic of like, I want it to be like nice and smoky, so I put in certain sauces.
Yeah.
And it goes fine. And all of a sudden at the end, it just ramps up. If you're not sweating by the time I've like fed you a bowl of chili, I've fucked up. That's my rule on chili. I'm sorry.
If you're not beat red by the end of this bowl of chili, you're fucked up.
Yeah. So I wanted to ask her because the VGAs were announced recently.
Yeah.
Or the nominees for the VGAs.
Yeah, the nominees for the. I think the awards show is tomorrow, which I will be watching because they usually announce some kind of game at the VGAs.
There's some game trailers as well in there.
Usually get
and Jeff Keighley's hosting again.
Yeah, Jeff Keighley's hosting again. Usually get Reggie Fils-Aimé jumping in, just going, "Hey guys, we're going to announce this for this game or whatever."
Yeah.
So the
good old Reggie.
Good old Reggie Fils-Aimé keeping the Nintendo thing, keeping the Nintendo machine going. But I'm not going to bore you with all the nominees because it does get kind of weird. You know, best esports personality of the year, best content creator of the year.
It's Ninja.
It's always going to be Ninja. Then again, I showed you who Pokemon is.
Yeah, I mean,
she gets my vote.
She's my favourite.
So we're
I think now because PewDiePie's out of the running because he doesn't do like gameplay anymore.
He doesn't. I thought that was his main thing.
It was, and he still does some gameplay, but it's like live stream stuff. He does.
Cool.
He doesn't play PUBG anymore. Whoa.
I can.
Although he did actually do. There's been the whole thing with him and T-Series, the Indian channel. So he has decided to take all the publicity because it's spiking ridiculous levels right now. Like somebody hacked into 50,000 printers and made them print off pieces of paper saying "subscribe to PewDiePie" and to unsubscribe from T-Series and like Brofist and stuff like to tell everyone you know about it. He's like, look, it's getting like fever pitch, but while we're in this, I might as well do some good. So he went and found a charity that helps people in India, and he did like a live stream of the Elder Scrolls Oblivion, just him dicking around in it for like 5 hours, I think it was.
Jesus,
raised 150 grand. It was
not
ended
bad.
up about 160 grand. Like not bad for just one guy in his basement just dicking around
for 5 hours.
Yeah,
not bad. But I won't bore you with all of the nominees because like I said, does get a bit weird. So I'm going to stick with the ones that I think are going to be quite important. So we're going to start with the Game of the Year.
Okay.
The nominees are Celeste. You heard of this game?
No.
Me neither. God of War, which is going to come up quite a lot in any of these lists.
Yeah, Monster Hunter trio here of a very, very recurring games.
Yeah, there's Monster Hunter World, which in my opinion should get Game of the Year.
Okay.
Red Dead Redemption 2, and no one's fucking shocked about that.
Yep.
Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I am kind of shocked about that because Assassin's Creed haven't been doing well.
No, I mean Origins was fun, but I don't know how Odyssey's doing.
Apparently Odyssey's just a retread of Origins, but in a different
I heard it was easier, and I immediately didn't like it.
Yeah, and Spider-Man is the other Game of the Year.
Okay.
Multiplayer Game of the Year. Fortnite. No shock there. Call of Duty Black Ops 4. Monster Hunter World, again, it deserves it. Sea of Thieves.
Wow, that's like, I mean, it is a good multiplayer
That was
game,
another game that I just heard a lot about for about a week,
but
and it just went.
it's been such a damp squib because it came out, nothing happened,
Yeah,
and
it was No Man's Sky, but with water. It came out and people thought, oh, you can do this, then nothing happened.
yeah, it overhyped itself to a point of ridiculousness, but now apparently it's gotten better. It's
Are
one
they
of those
doing
things
the
of like,
Destiny thing? They're
Yeah.
giving it a Destiny treatment.
you start weak and then you build and build and build.
Yeah.
Remind me to talk to you about blops in a minute.
Yeah.
I got something.
Incidentally, Destiny 2 is also up for a multiplayer game of the year. Now, you play Destiny. I've only started playing Destiny 2 because I got a free copy.
Nice. Did you get all the DLC with it?
No, I'm not enjoying Destiny 2 as a base game. It
It's
fucking
not a good
infuriates
base
me.
game.
It crashes constantly.
Did you play Destiny 1?
No. In fact, no, I did play Destiny 1. Destiny 1 was good.
Destiny 1 was good. Once you
With
got to like
all the DLC.
Taken King, yeah.
Yeah,
Good
really
game.
good. So, Destiny 2, do you think it should get multiplayer game of the year? Or do you think it should even be in the running for multiplayer game of the year?
I think it should be in the running. It should be the bottom of the list though. Like
Oh,
once
and
this
this
is
one
all
is.
said and done,
Yeah.
it should
It
be
should be
bottom of
just
the
the lowest consideration.
list. It was the honorary mention.
Yeah, I'm not going to go into indie game because
Nobody actually plays those.
No one cares.
Sorry.
fighting games, and I'm going to give you the nominees, and I'm going to ask you to say not even who you think is going to win, just who is definitely going to win out of this list. We've got Street Fighter 5 from Capcom.
Woo!
We have Soul Calibur 6 from Bandai Namco.
Yeah.
We have Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle from Arxis,
Oh yeah.
and we've got Dragon Ball Fighters. Who's winning out of that list?
I wonder who it could be.
I wonder who brought in the highest ever crowd at the Evo tournament this year. I wonder who has been playing this game in their millions this year.
I wonder which game's at the center of a cultural revitalization of of a franchise that's beloved by billions over the planet.
Yeah, I wonder. Yeah, I know. Soul Calibur 6 deserves to win.
Yeah, I think it's gonna. I mean, does Ivy still have the jiggle physics?
Yeah.
Oh, that's the
they've
winner.
ramped it up.
That's the winner.
Yeah. You can, speaking of Soul Calibur 6, you can, you know the create a soul thing?
Yeah.
You can make your own character.
I've seen so many of those.
You can. The internet has been flooded with them. My favorite one is someone's made using Yoshimitsu,
Right?
who's a kind of weird alien samurai thing. It's hard to explain Yoshimitsu without prior knowledge, but he has this weird move where he sticks his sword above his head and he kind of helicopters around the stage.
Right.
So using that that gimmick in that character, he makes this skeleton character that has these weird wings shaped around him.
Right.
And you think, right, what the hell is this? And he also has this gun attached to his hip.
Right.
You're thinking, right, what the fuck is this? But basically, you figure out when he does the helicopter move, the wings move and the gun moves, so he basically looks like a helicopter. And he's just starts flying around the stage as this Yoshimitsu. And the one clip, if you can find it just by going on YouTube and typing Soul Calibur 6 helicopter or Soul Calibur 6 Yoshimitsu helicopter.
skeleton, yeah.
And the other guy is just trying so fucking hard with his edgelord anime character to beat the Yoshimitsu skeleton. And the Yoshimitsu skeleton just flying about the place. And eventually he just gets sick of the other character trying to kill him. He just jumps off the edge of the level. Which is just epic. Fucking love that. But yeah, Dragon Ball Fighters is one best fighting game. No one can compete with that.
Yeah.
Sports and racing game, don't give a fuck about that. Best ongoing game?
Wait, is Forza Horizon 4 in the racing game?
Yeah.
That should probably win it.
Yeah.
It's gorgeous.
Forza Horizon I think is going to win it. Mario Tennis Aces is probably the second outcome. Because FIFA 19 and NBA 2K19 have had absolutely no time put into them. They look crap.
Yeah. And they're at the centre of the loot box controversy.
Yeah. And Pro Evolution Soccer, I didn't even know that was still a game.
I'm impressed that it's still a game.
Yeah, so I think definitely, without a doubt, Forza Horizon is probably going to take that. But
I'd say Forza wins that one.
yeah, Mario Tennis is probably a close second. Ongoing game, no one really gives a fuck. Although this one is kind of surprising, because out of all the games that you think would be in there, you know, Fortnite, Overwatch, Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six, and Destiny 2, you'd expect it to be in there, but No Man's Sky? How is that game up for an award? I heard they cleaned it up and made it better, but apparently they just added in an extra 8 hours worth of content.
It was almost being sued for being fraudulent.
Yeah.
You can't be the best ongoing game if you started off being almost illegal.
Yeah.
I think there needs to be a higher bar to entry there.
Yeah. They have the family game award, which is just the Nintendo section. It's got Super Mario Party, Nintendo Labo, Mario Tennis Aces, Starlink Battle for Atlas, which is basically every other version of this game is crap except the Switch version, and they have a game called Overcooked 2, which is only out on Switch.
No, Overcooked 2 is available on
Is that available on everything?
just about everything, yeah.
I thought it was only on Switch.
No, because my brother's played the shit out of it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the Overcooked franchise is like
Yeah, it's-
hilariously
it's-
rage-inducing.
It's great, but you do want to punch someone in the face after
Mm.
after they fuck up. Best narrative in a game. That's basically
It's
best
going to
story.
be God of War or
It's-
Red Dead.
God of War, Red Dead Redemption 2, and Spider-Man are all in there.
Okay.
And the other two one's a game called Life is Strange 2, which a lot of people love that game. It's a Square Enix game. It's one of those kind of choose your own adventure type games. Your choices.
I'm trying to remember who it is that I'm trying to remember the main character because I get that confused with a bunch of other stuff.
Yeah, it's very interchangeable with other things.
With every other like indie rock song, sad, soppy,
Yeah,
like
with every kind
depression
of
filled.
beanie wearing, black and white
Yeah.
t-shirt toting young female character.
I'm a rebellious punk. I'm so unique. Yeah,
Yeah,
just like
cool.
all the other ones.
Oh
over
wait,
there.
you have some kind of superpower that only you know about? Oh yeah, that's how we differentiate it. We give her superpowers or something. Yeah, the other game that's up for best narrative is Detroit Become Human, which the entire story of that game can just be summed up with "Don't be racist."
But this time with robots.
Yeah. Best esports player, don't give a fuck. Best performance, yeah, that could be pretty good. Basically, the people up for best performance: the guy that played Spider-Man, the guy that played Kratos in God of War, and the guy that played the main character in Red Dead Redemption 2.
Okay, yeah, no, not surprising.
Yeah, and the guy that played Connor in Detroit Become Human. Why is Detroit Become Human up for so many fucking awards? Is what I want to know.
Maybe ironically.
Maybe, I don't know. Best action game this year. A kind of surprise entry for me in this one. There's Call of Duty Black Ops 4, obviously, Far Cry 5, Destiny 2, a game called Dead Cells. You heard of this? It's basically like a sort of 2D hack and slash game, but each time you die, you come back, sort of fresh.
Okay.
There's other mechanics to the game. No, sorry, that's the mechanic. Each time you resurrect, you get completely random set of weapons. So you could start off with the best weapons in the game, but everything scales. So you could start off with the best weapon in the game, but a base jabroni enemy could one-shot you if it needed to. So basically what you want at the start of the game is to start off with a frying pan.
Right.
That way everything scales accordingly, so everything dies within about 3 hits of the frying pan.
Okay.
It's a pretty good game. I think it's out for Xbox. I think it's out multi-platform, so you can get it on Xbox, Switch, and PlayStation 4. The one game that I didn't expect to be in this is Mega Man 11.
I'm surprised they're still making Mega Man games.
Yeah, they are still making Mega Man games.
Okay.
Because they've realised that idiots like me still want Mega Man games. I wasn't happy with Mega Man 10.
They saw the Mighty Number 9 funding and went, that's
Just
not
went-
a bad amount of money.
Yeah, I mean, we could actually make a game for the amount of money that they gave that. We could make 3 games for the amount of money that Mighty Number 9 got behind them. Yeah, I didn't really expect Mega Man 11 to be up for any awards this year. Oh, best soundtrack this year. Guess who's up? Red Dead Redemption 2, God of War, Spider-Man.
Yeah, this is a recurring theme, kids.
Yeah. Spider-Man didn't have that good a soundtrack. Neither did God of War. And Red Dead
God
Redemption.
of War typically does do like a
Yeah.
really bombastic,
So,
especially if you put them in a new setting as well.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
Get those choral choirs going. But yeah, the Red Dead
Red Dead
soundtrack's
Redemption 2.
nice.
Is it good? Is it nice and
Yeah.
atmospheric?
I'm like, yeah. I'm about 3 seconds away from Amazon ordering myself a 10-gallon hat. And just
I was going to say, please don't say you're going on Amazon to try and find the soundtrack, because you can just Spotify that shit for cheaper.
YouTube Music.
Yeah, YouTube.
I pay for YouTube Premium. I'm getting YouTube Music out of it.
Yeah, use the service. The next one is student game.
I think we can skip that one.
Yeah, strategy game. None of us play strategy games. Command and Conquer's dead. Thank you.
It died a long time ago.
Stop beating it. Stop making it mobile.
It's the last casualty of the Tiberium Wars because that's the last time it was good. Fuck
Yeah.
off.
Did you ever see how Command and Conquer 4 ended?
No.
Kane appeared and said something along the lines of, "Thank you for your help. By the way, I may or may not be an alien. Goodbye." That's literally how it ends.
Okay.
At that point, my older brother who played quite a lot of the Command and Conquer games, he never really rages at video games. It was always very calm. I just looked over at the computer screen and I just heard, "Motherfuck! What the hell? What kind of shark jumping bullshit is this?" I just went, Gordon finished CNC 4. Just walked away or went back to doing what I was doing. VR game, Beat Saber's one. Who gives a fuck? Best studio / game direction. Look, Sony's up for a few awards this year.
What a surprise.
What a surprise. For Spider-Man. For Spider-Man.
For God of War.
Spider-Man's up for 2 awards. One for Insomniac Games, one for Sony Interactive Entertainment. Sony Interactive Entertainment are also up for Best Game Direction for Detroit and God of War. Rockstar are also in there for Red Dead Redemption 2. What did I say about that pattern, kids? And A Way Out. Do you remember that game? I think that was the game we had to play as 2 brothers simultaneously.
Yeah,
And you
that
had
was
to
the
work
EA
together.
Game. Yeah.
I wanted to play that on stream with someone just to fuck around completely. The same reason I wanted to play Detroit Become Human and just go,
That's the
lowest
problem.
path.
With that game, there is no low path. Everything kind of converges.
Yeah,
None of
get a
none of
different
the
way.
decisions matter
Yeah.
until the last one, in which case it just determines the number of people who die.
Yeah,
That's it.
it's basically Mass Effect 3. It's basically Mass Effect 3, and do you want to choose between a red laser, a blue laser, or a green laser?
Oh, and by the way, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, none of this shit matters.
The thing for the Spider-Man, the best studio direction, considering how much effort they put into the swing mechanics,
Yeah.
they actually took that the game. The YouTuber took the game to one of the original lead.
Oh yeah, I've seen
coders.
the video. Spider-Man 2,
Yeah, which
lead
is
coder.
the one that nailed it,
Yeah,
and he was like, "This is better."
yeah, this is good. Debut indie game. As far as I'm concerned, The Messenger 1. It's a fucking great indie game and it deserves it. Games for Impact. The game that tells the game that has the biggest social impact.
It's called Fortnite.
Fortnite's actually not even in the running.
Really?
No, the games are The Missing JJ from Arc System, Celeste, a game called 1111 Memories Retold by Bandai Namco, Life is Strange 2, because that's very story heavy, and a game called Florence by a company called Mountains.
I'm going to take a guess that when we say impact, it's more to do with the kind of ramifications. Like if you play this game and learn the lesson they're trying to tell.
Yeah, if you pick up what they're putting down.
When you say the biggest social impact, I assume social media.
No, the category is called Games for Impact, and if I remember what Jeff Keighley said during the video, it's basically him just saying games that had the biggest impact on players. So I think it might just be people that had the biggest message.
Also,
behind.
games for smart people.
Yeah, games for people that think.
Yeah.
Best mobile game: PUBG, Fortnite, Rain, Game of Thrones, Donut County. The fuck are these names? Best content creator of the year. I know who 2 of these people are. One of which make them pee hard. I'm a changed man. I didn't know who Pokemon was before. Now. Best esports coach. Do you want to know who's nominated for best esports coach?
Oh look, is anything else over there? Let's go do that.
Yeah, best esports team. It's all a bunch of League of Legends teams. Best esports event. Oh, I think Evo 2018 is going to win that for the 20th fucking year in a row. Best audio design. Oh look, God of War, Spider-Man, Red Dead Redemption 2. Oh, Forza Horizon's in there.
Okay.
Man, so Forza Horizon.
I'm going to say no to that based on the fact I have footage of the audio just breaking.
Yeah.
That we put up on YouTube.
Esports host. I don't know who any of these fuckers are. Best esports moment. Basically when Sonic Fox wins DB Fighters at Evo, it's going to win.
Yeah.
Because after that he basically just went, oh, I'm the best in the world at Dragon Ball Fighters. Also, I'm gay. Deal with it.
Deal with it, nerds.
I actually quite like Sonic Fox. He's a good person. He's a good person, and he's a fucking phenomenal fighter when it comes to playing the fighting games. What I don't agree with though is the furry suit. I don't like it.
It's just weird.
Yeah, I mean, if that's his thing, cool. I mean, the guy does what he does.
Two consensual adults in a room. I'm fine.
It's not even the gay thing. I mean, I'm a huge fan.
Oh no, the furry thing.
I'm just a huge fan of Sonic Fox in general. The guy's fucking great at the game, great player, and he plays a game that I have an interest in, Dragon Ball Fighters, and he plays it in a fucking weird and unique way. He uses characters that you think, no, there's no way he's built up techniques in that amount of time since that character's been out.
Yeah,
but he just does shit that you don't even see coming.
Yeah,
but can you leave the furry suit at home? I don't want to see you coming up and then taking the furry head off before you're going to play a game. I don't want it. I don't like it.
Furry pride, man.
No.
If you just subscribe to a subreddit called our Cringetopia. You'll see
Is it
more.
just furries?
It's almost all furries. There's a lot of weird shit on there.
I think since Tumblr's gone down the tubes, I might migrate to Reddit just to see what that's all about. Because
Oh, definitely.
occasionally I'll still go on Tumblr to try and find phone backgrounds.
If you can learn how to use Tumblr, you could learn how to use Reddit.
I mean, I didn't actually even use Tumblr. I just thought, that's a cool picture. I'll save that.
Yeah.
Then I just kind of went, oh, all the titties is gone. Why have all the titties gone?
Hey.
Why are none of my followed things showing up anymore? Bring back the titties. We can't call the episode that, can we?
No, it's
We
gonna
might
be.
get flat.
It's gonna be a bagel pun, I think.
Yeah,
I said it was gonna be a bagel pun. It's gonna
Yeah.
be a bagel pun.
bring home the bagels.
So I think, if I remember correctly, the one thing we talked about was Call of Duty Black Ops.
Yeah, you said Blops were. You got it? You
My
playing it?
brother is phenomenal at it.
Yeah, I remember being round at your house and watching him get, what was it, 38?
Yeah, he can go on
Nil
some kill
KD.
streaks. The only thing is, it's not. I think there's like people who have great moments in gaming,
Yeah.
and those are the clips you see on YouTube. It's consistency that makes a great gamer.
Yeah.
My brother has his Call of Duty introduced Blackout mode, which is the Battle Royale mode.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. He has a 12% win rate in that game. Just to put that in perspective, him vs 100 people, all fighting each other, most of them playing teams of like 2, 3, or 4. Yeah, him playing solo by himself, he has a 12% win rate.
Jeez.
That is fucked up.
That is.
I don't know how. He just has unlocked parts of his brain that make
Yeah.
that gameplay mode child's play. Imagine that. There's like you versus like 100 people log into a room. There's a 1 in 8 chance he's gonna win. No,
Yeah, that's scary.
that's nonsense. I've been watching him, and I watched him get back to back wins, and he just has his strategy down. And I imagine that when certain changes happen,
Yeah.
that strategy might need to be revised. But he knows how to revise that strategy. He's smart enough about the game. It's fucking terrifying.
Jesus.
It's when every day I wake up to the post because he plays it late at night, which is a bit risky considering he likes to yell at games. I'm like, dude, Dad needs to go to work tomorrow. Fucking calm it down. But we'll be sitting there and like, I'll go to bed. I wake up in the morning and just check my phone and see what's going on. And okay, yeah, I'm up to like 30 wins now. What? You were at 25 last night. Yeah, I just got in the zone, man.
Kept doing it.
Got in the zone. No, stop.
You will assimilate with the machine, and then we won't see you anymore.
Yeah, but he's impressive. He's absolutely terrifying. Like when you watch him, like you're good at this game in a way that like I can see it's not just like luck. It's
It's skill.
there's a consistency to this that's slightly terrifying.
It's like when one of the DM for the group that I used to play Pathfinder with, you know what I'm talking about. It goes by Demonator
Okay,
on
yeah.
YouTube. He's scary good at Dark Souls in the way that I think he might be manipulating the code to his benefit.
Yeah.
I mean, you've heard the phrase pixel perfect timing.
Mm-hmm.
Frame perfect timing.
Yes.
Bao has, decimal point perfect timing. It's just some strange reason he's able to. There's a dodge in a game that in Dark Souls that you can get, and it's just you recover that bit quicker. Bao's getting that every time. He's just getting that every time.
Jeez.
Like, I mean, you're just sitting thinking, how do you do this? And you're watching him on stream go, and it takes you a couple of seconds to register. It's just going, hey, that's a difficult maneuver. How the hell is he doing it consistently? Like 14 or 15 flips later, he's just thinking, and that's how you do it. Bye-bye. It's just, your tutorial lasted 30 seconds. All the other tutorials that I've been watching are 10 hours to explain this one mechanic of the game.
I got the urge to go back and play it. And I've been considering jumping into live streaming for a while. And I actually want to give a shout out to Jamie over at Badger and Pals. He's been a friend of the podcast. He was on in season 0. And I'm often hanging out in his Twitch chat. You'll see me like tweet out when they go live. I keep telling them, you need to tweet out when you go live from your accounts, because you tell us in the morning like, oh, we'll be live in like 7 hours. Nobody's going to remember that in 7 hours. That's 7 hours where Trump has tweeted several things.
That's 7 hours of Trump tweets.
I have bad news, sir. You may have been slightly forgotten by then.
Yeah.
But
Where about are they from? Are they Scottish?
Yeah, they're Scottish. They're mostly from the Fife area. Don't judge them too harshly for that.
Yeah,
But they,
thought you guys were cool.
Jamie was nice enough to sit down with me and explain how to set up stuff like OBS, and we've been working with trying to get the mixer in so that we can do put the mixer into live stream, so that if we wanted to do live streaming in the future, it could be doable. And I have just been having the urge to live stream Dark Souls because I want to get back into that game, because there may or may not be more stuff coming. And boy,
well, there's a Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice. You going to be buying that?
It's FromSoft's
It's
samurai
FromSoft's
game.
Yeah, a lot of people were thinking it was going to be Bloodborne 2, but no,
Nah.
it's From Software's made Activision published samurai game.
I'm down for that. I'm really looking forward to it because it's been it's been a good while since I've actually enjoyed playing FromSoft games for a while.
Yeah, I think the last one I actually played was Demon Souls, and that because I
That's
like
the progenitor of all the Dark Souls series.
I like difficult games, but Demon Souls was a whole different fucking league.
Demon Souls was beating you about the head for a day,
And you were just thinking, I like the
this?
challenge. Next thing you know, you've got an aneurysm, just thinking, I enjoyed the challenge.
But yeah, I've got the Dark Souls games all saved on the hard drive, so if I'm feeling it, I might just pop on and do some stuff. But thanks again to Badger and Pal. Check them out on Twitch, and they do YouTube as well.
Yeah, give them a shout.
Yeah, nice people. Nice people.
Yeah.
Fifers, but nice people.
Yeah, don't hold that against them. They're good guys.
Yeah.
Even though I fucking hate people from Fife. Every time I went to Fife to play a game of rugby, I've always broken or injured something. Fucking hate Fife.
You have a slight bias.
But fucking Fifers or knifers, man. Fuck them.
I think it's time to break the show.
Is it? Alright, you have a showstopper. You texted me about the showstopper at the start of the week.
Yes.
You are proud of the showstopper.
It's not as it's good. I like it.
Is it better than the blowjob?
The blowjob Secret Service? No.
Yeah.
I chose this one deliberately to annoy you because for those of you who don't know, Dom actually did a lot of work with charity for handicapped rugby players.
Yeah, a little longer, but
Awkward,
yeah, but
singing that discussion there. I was like, oh.
Yeah, I mean, I used to be a social worker, and that kind of poured over into the whole rugby side of things.
Yeah.
Did a lot of work with additional needs rugby players, getting them a game where they traditionally wouldn't get a rugby game. So yeah, let's see how this
pans in.
let's see how this goes.
So have you seen the movie from the early 2000s by Johnny Knoxville called The Ringer?
Yeah.
It's about a man who, if you've not seen it, it's about a man who gets involved in the Paralympics and cheats because he's not in any way handicapped.
Yeah.
Imagine if that was a real thing.
Really?
Yes. And it's so much worse than you think it is.
Jesus. I mean, you've got to be a certain level of cunt to actually cheat in the Special Olympics.
Well, imagine if your entire country is a team of cunts. So,
Jesus.
in the 2000s... No, actually. You'd be surprised to find out who it is. So, in the 2000...
Tip of the fedora to use.
Sydney hosted the 2000 Olympics and therefore the 2000 Paralympics. And
Wait, this happened 18 years ago.
Yes.
And it's only now?
No, we knew about it then. It just... We wouldn't have remembered it because we'd be 9 at the time.
Yeah.
So it's news to me.
Yeah, right, cool. Let's do this.
So in 2000, the Sydney Olympics, Spain dominates the basketball tournament for the mentally handicapped. The Spanish. No one expects the Spanish basketball team.
No one expects the Spanish Inquisition.
They take on and beat everyone.
Our chief weapons are cheating at mixed ability contests.
They beat every team and win the gold medal by about 20 points. I don't know much about Paralympic basketball, but if you get a 10-point lead in the NBA, that's huge. So I'm assuming kind of translates down.
Yeah.
I say they win every game by about 20 points. But for some reason they beat the fuck out of Japan for no reason. They beat them 87-20.
Jesus Christ.
So they managed to actually rein it in against Brazil, and they kept that score to a civilized 94-48.
Civilized, yeah.
Because doubling that score would be bad sportsmanship. The reason they stomped the shit out of every other team on the tournament is because 10 out of the people out of their 12-man squad were not mentally handicapped. In any way.
They were all just normal.
A man by the name of Fernando Martín Vicente, which is the head of Spain's... It's an organisation. There's a really big, long technical title for it because it's in Spanish translated to English. But he's the head chair of their agency for handicapped sports people.
Yeah.
He greenlit the use of non-handicapped players to ensure a win for Spain, and they got right through the entire games. Like this only comes to light after they win the gold medal.
Yeah.
They go right the way through the games, right the way to lead up, by basically faking IQ tests, or failing intentionally on IQ tests, because the only kind of requirement for the Special Olympics was to have an IQ of 75 or lower. Turns out you can fake that pretty easily, and get a really, really low score. And then you just have to do a very basic physical fitness test where like a doctor gives you the once over, check of like a BMI, make sure you're physically capable of doing it, and you have to do 6 push-ups. That was the requirements for the Paralympics in 2000s.
Jesus.
The bar could not be lower.
Jesus.
Yet Spain sent 10 men to just clear it with a fucking long jump.
Can you imagine the one guy that was able-bodied that just went and failed it? Just, guys, they wanted me to do shit that I was not prepared to do.
So Spain dominates. They take out the entire competition. And, the national team just won a massive international sporting event. So naturally, cameras come out, the news wants to talk about it. Their pictures go everywhere. The photos go back to Spain and are all across national papers the next morning.
Right.
And it's at that point that people realize, hey, wait, I know that guy. He's not retarded. Why is he on the mentally handicapped baseball? Why is he on the national basketball team
for the handicapped?
For the handicapped.
Jesus.
This goes like completely off the fucking rails.
Can you imagine the little kid that's just going, "Oh, Dad, you're back from the Olympics. Why are the people from the news saying that you're a retard?" Some kid at school said your dad's a retard. I punched him in the head.
Well, son, I'm not, but I was pretending to be. So that makes it okay.
That's okay. I made this family a bit of money.
So this leads to an instant investigation. But the Spanish managers just said, wear hats, wear sunglasses, and grow out your beards. And we'll just hope the whole thing blows over.
Did it? Please tell me it did, and people just go, "Hey,
hey,
take off those glasses and shave that beard."
I think I remember you from a weirdly specific photo from 2007.
You're a retard.
No, wait a minute. You're a fake retard. But basically, when the first medals to go back, like they all left for their medals and stuff like that.
Yeah.
First one to come back was from a guy called Carlos Rebagorda, who was an undercover journalist who heard about it and infiltrated the operation.
Did he pretend to be retarded too?
He blew a lot of all the details, like the fact that there were almost no none of the IQ tests were like audited or witnessed. It was all just like it could have been faked for all he knew. He did like a really quick IQ test, was told to fail it, did the fitness test which he could pass because he was like an amateur basketball fan or whatever. And he just loved the sport, and he just heard this was going to happen, so he just kind of snuck into it, and then took a lot of notes, and then left, and mailed back his Paralympic gold medal and his uniform to the Sydney officials, to like the actual like Paralympics committee, or whoever runs the organization. Only thing is, like, he hoped to be like the hero that blew the lid off the whole story.
Was he the dickhead that ruined it?
No, he's just one of the people who was pretending to be mentally handicapped.
When trying to resolve the problem, he became part of the problem.
Literally, if you look at this, the only thing you hear about is the fact that the Spanish cheated, not that guy helped solve, like, he helped expose it all.
He was just part of the problem.
He was part of the problem, yeah. This whole thing, like, fucked up the Paralympics really badly, to the point where they cancelled mentally handicapped ability games for the 2004 Olympics and phased the return in, because 2004 was Athens. They kind of phased in a couple of mental handicapped games for Beijing in 2008, before returning them in 2012, which I think was London.
Yeah.
So that was like, it took them 8 years to like codify like what you need to qualify for before you can become mixed ability.
It took them 8 years to sort that shit out after Spaniards go. We failed the test.
That was the funny thing I learned this week that I felt would be a very appropriate showstopper. Any thoughts and opinions?
I mean,
other than fuck the Spanish.
The coach who came up with that strategy, how foolproof did he think that plan was?
Guys, don't worry, we'll just pretend. No one will see it coming.
How hard is it to be retarded? How hard is it to be special needs?
Come on, I mean, we can all pretend, right? I mean, like, we can hit a 3-point net. The thing
Can
is,
you imagine? Right, you know how there's the thing in sports where just like, come on, show me your war face, show me your war face, show me your Down syndrome face, show me your Down syndrome face.
the thing is, if you watch the footage of it, it's really obvious. You're looking at it going, really? Nobody saw that guy. That guy just spun around another player. There's literally a shot of a guy catching a rebound with his right hand, putting it down on the ground, starting to take steps, taking it into his left hand, realizing there's a player like within like grabbing distance, pushing the ball down, putting himself between the ball and the player that could grab it, and then pushing back with the right hand. It all happens in like a couple seconds.
Yeah.
But if you play basketball, it's a very tricky maneuver to do while going at full speed while catching a rebound. And the guy does it, bolts to the other end, and then just puts it in as a layup. Nobody thought that guy was a little bit too good to be mentally handicapped.
No one.
Yeah.
But I guarantee that people just think, oh, we want to say something. Not much we can say.
I don't know, like, how do you be one of those 10 guys? Because, the guy, Carlos, alleges that there were other people in the, like, Spanish athletics organization that weren't handicapped in any way, mostly with the mental facility, like, games. Nobody, he says there was about another 20 athletes throughout the Spanish team that might have been faked or like put in on technicalities or whatever that were actually like fully like perfectly healthy people that shouldn't be competing in the Paralympics. Somehow Spain were just like, this year, fuck it.
We need to win. I mean,
yeah. Well, that's the thing is that there's people trying to argue that the point was that if they won, they would get a lot of money. So they could actually improve the lives of people with disabilities who wanted to participate in sports programs from the money they would win. Like, no, you can't get off on that one. I'm sorry. You're bad fucking people.
That is a technicality that you are stuck on, so there's no way you can get off on that minute technicality.
So
that's fucking horrendous. The fact that they got through to, you say they won, they got to the gold medal stages.
They won, they annihilated the whole thing.
They got to the award stages and people.
They were
just
given
thought,
the awards and they left the building, and it wasn't until people in Spain saw the news pictures that they were like, "Hey, wait a minute!
Hey, that's my teacher. Why is he? He's not a retard.
He better not be. He taught me math.
He taught me how to spell. If he has special needs, I'm screwed."
So they, for breaking the core rule of gibberfish, don't be a dick.
Yeah.
Spain can fuck off.
Yeah, Spain can go fuck yourselves. You broke the rule.
So with that in mind, I think it's time to draw the show to a conclusion.
A conclusion.
A conclusion. Yeah, draw the show to a conclusion. I'm going to go compete in an Olympics game in a minute. Not the regular Olympics. Apparently, it's a lot easier than you think. So I've been Colin Graham.
I've been Tom Anderson.
You can follow us on Twitter at Gibberfish or email the podcast using gibberfishpodcast at
gmail.com.
Yes. .com.
.org.
.org's for government organisations.
We are.
We're the institution of don't be a dick.
The don't be a dick institution.
You'd think it's the phrase don't be a dick is written in Latin. It's just don't just be us dickus.
It's written in Scottish, then he be a dick.
Then he be a dick.
It's just the archways, different ways to spell don't be a dick.
So then
Latin, Gaelic, Broad Scots, Spanish. Spanish is in neon letters so they understand it because they need it.
But yeah, we've been the Gibberfish Podcast, and we will see you again in the next episode.
See you next time.